Good afternoon once again, and welcome to Randall R. Sadler Stadium on the campus of Earlham College as we bring you HCAC baseball on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon as this season beginning to wind down. About our last 2 weeks, and for the Earlham Quakers, they're home through Saturday and then their final 7 games on the road, and things are starting to get interesting in the HCAC standings. There's still 8 teams that still have an opportunity to make that top 4 in the conference playoffs, and 2 of the teams are playing here today. Currently, Earlham standing in second place, tied with Transylvania, both teams at 10-6. Rose-Hulman at 11-3 in conference play. And Mount St. Joe at 7-9, hoping today to avoid a 3-game sweep at the hands of the Earlham Quakers. We'll talk about the pitching matchups coming up in a few moments. 2 pretty good ones on the mound here today. We'll check out what happened this past weekend and also what's coming up tonight. Some big games in the HCAC coming up this evening. When we do return, we'll hear from head coach Steve Sakasitz, get his thoughts about where his team is at right now, and certainly not as focused on Saturday as he would have hoped in that 2-game loss to Defiance, as Defiance takes 2 out of 3 in the series. We'll get his thoughts about that and also what to expect today from this Lions baseball team. That's all coming up in just a few moments. Stay right there. This is Earlham Baseball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Do you need help taking care of your car? I know my family does. That's why we take our vehicles to Beach Automotive in Richmond. We've been relying on Brad and his crew for years, and they always take good care of us without breaking the bank. For great auto service, stop by Beach Automotive at 110 East Main. Give them a call at 966-8181. or go to their website at beach-auto.com.
There are banks that are big, and then there's West End Bank, a bank with big ideas to help people, business, and industry. If you're just starting out on your own and want a new car, West End can help. Maybe it's your first home and you need advice on financing. West End Bank has ideas to help you. West End Bank, helping build better lives and a better community. West End Bank is a community bank with big ideas and home to a distinctive style of banking. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Reynolds Plumbing, the area's leader in residential and commercial plumbing. Fast, friendly, 24-hour emergency service. You name it, they can fix it. Whether it's installation, remodeling, sump pumps, well pumps, water heaters, or sewer camera service, they now have service on heating and air conditioning. Give them a call at 966-0994 for free estimates. Reynolds Plumbing, 198 South 2nd Street in Richmond.
Coach, big week for you guys again. You and I talked about this yesterday. You're at home. You play well at home. You play well on the road as well, but you really want to get these games right here at home.
Yeah, finishing up our last week at home on the year, which is really hard to say. It's your last week you're playing at home, but it's the case. So we have 5 games this week at home, games that we think we need to go out there, compete, get ourselves ready, because, again, we're in the home stretch. We have 11 conference games left. We have 12 total games left with Wabash tomorrow in the non-conference. I want our kids to go out there and compete. As I said yesterday talking with you, we got humbled a little bit this weekend on Saturday with Defiance, and you're going to need those things as well, too, to get yourself back grounded. I thought we went out there and just almost thought we could put the uniform on and win, and that wasn't the case. So today against Mount, I want us to come out here, be aggressive, play back to our baseball. It's not bad when you have Walt on the mound. Hopefully he can give us a good start like he has, keep us right there, and win the game at the end.
You said something, too, yesterday, and it may be true. We won't know for a while, that the losses may have been good for you guys in the long run.
Yeah, you never know. I just thought we slept walk through on Saturday, and if you're going to have that in a bigger game, a conference tournament game, then you're going to be out of the conference tournament on that one day that you lose it to. So now we know, hey, we got to make sure we come all the time. I don't care who you're playing, and no, we weren't disrespecting Defiance at all. Nothing against there. I just didn't think we came out. We came out on Friday. We had a good energy, got the win, and then almost think it was just going to come to us on Saturday. Not the case. Again, the conference is too tough, and now we just got to handle our business like anything else and go from there.
We mentioned a lot of games in a short amount amount of time from a pitching standpoint in depth-wise, especially when it comes to the bullpen. Do you feel comfortable right now with those guys?
I do. With what we're going to do today, Walt hopefully gets a quality start, can go late in the game, and we can use some guys. We have our weekend guys available for us today, so I have Howie available if I need him today. Howie and Bryce are going to throw an inning, probably either one today or both are going to throw an inning tomorrow so they can get some work. And so it's more like a Division I schedule. Division I has a Tuesday, Wednesday, midweek. Then you play Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So your weekend guys are getting their bullpens in live sessions. So our plan is to probably do that. It could be today for Howie. It could be tomorrow for Howie and Bryce, just to get an inning of work in instead of a bullpen session, go live.
One other thing I forgot to ask you about is that we're in the midst of almost coming up on the end of the school year, and that means schoolwork is too, and a lot of these guys trying to finish that up. So they have to focus on two very important things right now.
They do, and that's what's tough about being a college athlete, especially in the season we play ours in, because it starts and it's over with quickly. This year it's a little bit later, so last year the conference tournament fell on finals week. This year our last regular season weekend falls on finals week, so I feel more comfortable going to the conference tournament if we are able to get there. That our minds we're pro baseball players at that point. But any other school is going to have to face the same scenarios we are if they're on the same schedules we are, which most of them are. That finals week and tests and all the stuff is kind of loading up at the end. But that's where you hopefully can take advantage of who's the stronger willed team.
Coach, I must ask you about hitting, too. You mentioned Saturday. We talked so much about pitching, but the hitting wasn't quite there. That might have been the first time that I've really seen the hitting just not there. But you guys left a lot of guys on base, too.
We did. We had opportunities, and you won opportunities, and I think that day we gave ourselves the opportunity. We just didn't cash in. And that's been the case at times before, maybe not so much this season, but you're going to run into those things. And, I hope our approach today is better. I hope we can drive the runner in with less than 2 outs from third base and try to win every inning. It doesn't have to be a 7-run inning, but try to get one here, one there, and we put zeros up on their end. We're going to separate ourselves pretty well, and I expect us to come out here and compete today, and I'm excited to see what we're going to do. And how are we going to perform?
You mentioned Walter already, and listen, everything advertised since I saw him for the first time. Not a big guy, but he comes out there and throws strikes and does what he has to do. Yeah, he's going to be something special, as I said, but he's got a big game on his shoulder today, and he knows that, but I don't think he looks at it as anything other than just another game. He goes out there, he pitches the way he pitches. He's got a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of grit to him, and I think we can feed off of the way he goes out there energy-wise. And I think if we can get the similar stuff he's been throwing before, our offense has less pressure on them because they know that if they put up a couple runs, it might be enough for us. Mount St. Joe, talk about them coming up here once again. We talked about this yesterday, that first game, and then Walter came back in that second game and threw you guys a gem. But like Defiance, if you're not careful, they can get you. Oh, absolutely. They're I think, one of the better hitting teams in the conference, especially power-wise. You got a gorgeous day. The ball's going to fly a little bit because of the heat, but they're going to be solid. We're trying to go out there for the sweep. They're trying to avoid the sweep because they still want to play for something, and they're going to play for something. So we got to be ready to go out here, and we got to take care of our business. All right, Coach. As always, good luck today. Thanks a lot. Steve Sackasitz, his thoughts. Again, his team needs a better approach today than what they had on Saturday, and they know also that Mount St. Joe's a team that is still alive for a possible playoff spot, so they will be focused today as well. Starting lineups are coming up in just a couple of moments. We'll get you those updated standings and also what's coming up tonight in the HCAC as we're heading down the backstretch of this home portion of the schedule. Of course, the Quakers will finish out with 7 on the road. We'll figure out what's going to happen lineup-wise today. Thomas Ray not in the lineup here today for the Quakers. We'll tell you how that will affect them today as well. Stay right there. This is Earlham Baseball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
There's a place in Richmond's Depot District that's better than being home. Little Sheba's is a lot like the bar in that 80s TV show where everybody knows your name. Come on down after the game on Fridays and join us for pizza. We're here till 11. Or grab some friends and come play live trivia Thursday nights at 6:30. If you love live music, Little Sheba's features some of the very best every weekend. Where else can you find this kind of variety along with some of the best food and friends in town? Little Sheba's in Richmond's Depot District. It really is better than being home.
Hey, Chuck, where are you headed? Spinning's about to start.
I'm heading to CrossFit.
Isn't that for, like, the elite lifters or athletes only?
No, at FFW CrossFit, all workouts can and will be scaled to any ability level to welcome everyone.
Sounds great. I need to get out of the same old workout routine. I'm just not sure I can keep up. It seems pretty intense.
No real lifting experience is needed. FFW CrossFit teaches you everything you need to know and move at your own pace in a positive, motivating environment.
You know, I've always wanted to give it a try. I'll see you there.
Learn more at ffwcrossfit.com.
Back once again here at Randall R. Sadler Stadium. Quakers come in once again at 10-6 in conference play for Mount St. Joe. They are 7-9. We'll get to those standings coming up in just a few moments. Here's how things will line up today for Mount St. Joe. Nick Browning will lead things off. He will be in center field this afternoon. Batting second at shortstop is Matt Hoffman. Hitting third, the second baseman, Simon Schaefer. Hitting in the cleanup spot at third base is Zach Farmer. Hitting fifth in right field is Nathan Hunter. Batting sixth at first base is Kyle Kittle. Hitting seventh and DHing today is Tyler Pash. Batting eighth and catching Ryan McCauley. And then hitting ninth in left field is Jordan Corbett. So again today for Mount St. Joe, they will go with Browning, Hoffman, Schaefer, Farmer, Hunter, Kittle, Pash, McCauley, and Corbett. Austin Ritchie, a player we had seen on the mound previously, he comes into today's contest 0-3 with an ERA of 5.10. For the Quakers today, Nate Lynch will lead things off. He'll be DHing. Batting second in center field is Ethan Bailey. Hitting third, the second baseman, Brennan Laird. The cleanup hitter, Brandon Smalling. He'll be at third base. By the way, Chad had a chance to talk to him a little bit before the game. That left shoulder bothering him a little bit, especially when he comes through on the swing. We'll see how that may affect him today when he's at the plate. Eric Elkis hitting fifth. He'll be at first base. Joe Piper batting sixth in right field. Cody Krumloff hitting seventh and catching. Drew Dietz in the lineup. He'll be batting eighth and playing shortstop. And then Matt Barger hitting ninth in left field. So again, for the Quakers today, it's Lynch, Bailey, Laird, Smalling, along with Elkis, Piper, Krumloff, Dietz, and Barger. And then, of course, we will see today the freshman, Walter Talcott, 3-0 with an ERA of 0.91. Here's how things stack up right now in the HCAC. Rose-Hulman at 11-3. They're trying to win the conference outright and host the four-team HCAC baseball tournament when the regular season is over. So right now they're 11-3. Earlham and Transylvania, both those teams at 10-6. Earlham plays 3 games at Transylvania next week. Manchester right now just a half game back of both Earlham and Transylvania. Manchester is 9-6. Defiance at 8-7. Anderson at 7-7. Mount St. Joe, they come in at 7-9. Franklin is 6-9. And then Bluffton 4-11, and Hanover is at 4-12. Right now, here's how things stack up tonight. Again, Mount St. Joe and Earlham. It's Rose-Hulman on the road at Franklin. We'll keep an eye on the scoreboard. If we get scores, we'll pass those along to you throughout the ball game today. Manchester has a big matchup. They will be on the road at Anderson. 2 teams again battling for that 4th and final playoff spot. And Defiance tonight, they are on the road at Bluffton, as again Defiance currently sitting in 5th place. All right, we will come back. We'll give you the complete line for Walter Talcott coming up in just a couple of moments, and we'll get this one underway. Here from Randall R. Sadler Stadium, this is Earlham Baseball, Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Are you looking for a quality used car you can trust to take you where you want to go? Stop at Tony's Car Sales at 250 National Road West. Tony's has a top-of-the-line selection of low-mileage, one-owner cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs, all hand-picked by Mike and Adrian Parker. Tony's is family-owned with 3 generations and 60 years of experience. Check out their selection at Tony'sCarSales.com or at 250 National Road West. Tony's Car Sales, where honesty, quality, and price sell cars.
Students, the Earlham College Alumni Council is happy to support you in many ways, like working at career events and providing funding for student summer research with faculty. It won't be long until you're alumni yourselves, so look for them when they're on campus. They're one of your best resources for information about life after Earlham.
Hitters Hangout Academy has everything you need to train year-round to become a better player. They offer everything from cage rentals to private lessons and specialized classes. They offer hitting, infield play, outfield strength, and agility for baseball and softball players alike. Their goal is to leave players with a better understanding of the game and to learn why they do certain things, and as always, play the game the right way. For more information, go to their website, hittershangoutacademy.com. Jiffy Lube of Richmond features the Jiffy Lube Signature Service Oil Change. As much as you paid for your vehicle, keep it on the road as long as possible. The Jiffy Lube Signature Service Oil Change is more than an oil change. It's preventative maintenance to keep your car running smoothly. Jiffy Lube, 2993 East Main in Richmond. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 6, and Saturday, 8 to 5.
Mancino's Pizza and Grinders, the very best in pizza and grinders. We use only the highest quality meats, cheeses, and vegetables. It's impossible not to taste the difference. Every morning we bake our bread to ensure our customers the freshest sandwiches. Mancino's offers more than grinders. They also have fantastic specialty pizzas and salads. Stop by for lunch, dinner, or after the game. Mancino's, 217 National Road West in Richmond. The taste of quality you expect.
There's only one place to go on the World Wide Web to find the best automotive deals. Wetzelauto.com. One of the area's largest inventories all in one spot. Wetzelauto.com. Here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Wetzelauto.com. New and used vehicles, service, parts, body shop, and rental. Plus, value your trade. It's easy to navigate. It's convenient. Wetzelauto.com. It's clickin' awesome.
If you would like your athlete to take their game to the next level, look no further. New Vision Sports and their staff has over 20 years of experience in coaching and developing the serious-minded athlete. New Vision specializes in improving your basketball skills, overall speed, and agility. Find them on Facebook or Twitter, or give them a call at 765-977-5831. Again, call 765-977-5831. or go to their website at newvisionsports.com. For over a century, Richmond Power and Light has been providing safe, reliable energy to the citizens and businesses of Richmond and the surrounding area. Through their dedicated and talented employees, Richmond Power and Light is advancing their tradition of exceptional service through new technology, training, and efficiency in everything they do. For more information on Richmond Power and Light, go to their website at rp-l.com. Richmond Power and Light. Together, we make powerful partners.
Well, the freshman, the right-hander, Walter Talcott, is on the mound today for Earlham, and boy, what a find he has been for the Quaker baseball program. He is making his 13th appearance. That is a team-leading 13th appearance, his 5th start. He's thrown 3 complete games. He has a shutout to his credit this year, 3 saves, and in 49 in the third innings, he has given up 34 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned, and get this number in the strikeout-to-walk ratio, 48-7. He is 6-0, the 6 runs, or I should say the 6 wins, leading this ball club. 6-0 with an ERA of 0.91. And he had beaten his team previously 4-1, a complete game from a rotation standpoint. So some things are going to change for the Quakers here in their final games of the season to make sure they get as good of a run toward a playoff berth as they possibly can, and more importantly, try to win the HCAC. Last time out for Mount St. Joe, they won at Franklin by a final of 9-6. That is their 18th win of the season. 2 matchups this year against Earlham. They lost 10-7 back on March the 22nd, and then Talcott beat them 4-1 on April the 12th. Nick Browning will lead things off. Browning at .298, 2 home runs. He has driven in 17. And the first pitch by Walter is hit well and down the line, but foul. And much like we saw against Defiance, Mount St. Joe coming out swinging the bat on that first pitch. And Browning ripped that one, and it was fouled by just a few inches. Light breeze blowing straight in center field here at Randall R. Sadler Stadium. We'll set the defense in a moment as Walter's next pitch on the way. That's in there for a strike. And now Browning down, no balls and 2 strikes. Krumloff back behind the plate. Elkis at first, Laird at second, Dietz at short, and Smalling is at third with Barger, Bailey, and Piper from left to right in the Quaker outfield. Ground ball off the end of the bat. Dietz charging. His throw to first and a close play at first base and a bang play at that. And there's one away. I think Dietz might have lost that baseball on the transfer for just a moment, but still able to make a strong throw to first and get the out. Here's Matt Hoffman, 274, a home run. He has driven in 16. Hoffman 1 for 7 in the first 2 games with a run scored and an RBI. By the way, for Browning, he is now 0 for 10 against the Quakers in the 3 games. That pitch is up high for a ball. So 1 ball and no strikes as a team against Earlham. Mount St. Joe batting just .206 in the first 2 contests. The pitch on the way, caught the inside corner. And one thing that you'll notice about Talcott, he will not fall behind in the count very often. He is always around the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch on the way, hit well but foul, and out of play. So as you will probably see most of the afternoon, Talcott getting ahead of the hitters now at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Outfield playing it pretty much straight away. Talcott gets the sign, the leg kick, and the pitch. This time he comes inside. And the count is even at 2-2. Tomorrow, non-conference game against Wabash. Again, a 4 o'clock start time. And then Anderson on Friday and Saturday will round out the home portion of the regular season. Fly ball right field. Piper going back a few steps and to his right. He'll make the catch and 2 outs here in the first inning. And that'll bring up Simon Schaefer. Schaefer at .312 on the year.
With 2 away, now batting the
3 home runs.
3, Simon Schaefer.
He has driven in 21. Schaefer 2 for 6 in the series. He has scored 3 times. Well, for Mount St. Joe, knowing that if they lose today, they fall to 7-10, that would be pretty hard to qualify for the tournament with so many teams in front of you, as that one is lined into left field for a base hit. So Schaefer swinging at the first pitch, gets the first hit of the ball game. Mount St. Joe with the man on here in the top of inning number 1, and that'll bring up Zach Farmer.
At bat, the third baseman, number 20, Zach Farmer.
Farmer, one of the top hitters in the HCAC, .370 on the year, 6 home runs. He has driven in 32. Farmer has had a pretty good 2 games against the Quakers, 5 of 9, 3 runs driven in. He has scored a run. The pitch on the way is on the inside corner for a strike. And a good pitch that time by Talcott. Nice warm day once again. Temperatures maybe not as warm as they were yesterday, but still into the mid-70s as Talcott throws to first. Not a big running team. We talked about that previously for Mount St. Joe. Only 17 stolen bases coming in. Their steals leaders, Nick Browning, the leadoff hitter, with 6. The stretch by Walter. This one ripped hard and foul, and they're going after that fastball. And Farmer down on the count of no balls and 2 strikes. Farmer's been stuck on 6 home runs for a while. He had 6 in the previous meeting between these 2 ball clubs. But again, Talcott 10 strikeouts and kept Mount St. Joe in check throughout the entire day and really never got into trouble. Runner at first is Schaefer. The stretch by Talcott. And the pitch on the way is a breaking ball hit into right field. Coming over will be Piper, makes the catch, and that will do it for Mount St. Joe in the first inning. They will leave a man on. We will head to the bottom half of inning number 1. Mount St. Joe nothing, and Earlham coming to bat. This is Earlham Baseball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Maybe you haven't heard, But there's a place in Richmond's Depot District that's better than being home. Little Sheba's is a lot like the bar in that 80s TV show Cheers. You know, where everybody knows your name. Come on down after the game on Fridays and join us for pizza. We're here till 11. Or grab some of your friends and try out a game of live trivia Thursday nights at 6:30. If you love live music, Little Sheba's features some of the very best every weekend. Where else are you going to find this kind of variety, along with some of the best food and friends in town? Little Sheba's in Richmond's Depot District. It really is better than being home.
Are new cabinets on your wish list? Visit the new Georgia Direct showroom and see the great variety of cabinets on display in a modern setting. Georgia Direct carries quality craft-made one cabinets, and the new showroom has plenty of styles and colors on display. In Richmond, craft-made one is only available at Georgia Direct, where the designers are always on hand to help create a custom kitchen for your home. Visit Georgia Direct's new showroom on 40 East, next to Red Lobster. You'll love what you see, and you'll love the savings at Georgia Direct.
A familiar face on the mound today for Mount St. Joe, at least for the Earlham lineup here today. They will see Austin Ritchie once again. He is making his 8th start of the year, 30 innings, 32 hits, 20 runs, 17 earned. He has struck out 21 and walked 22. He is 0-3 with an ERA of 5.10. And he'll be facing a Earlham lineup. At the top of the order, Nate Lynch, Ethan Bailey, and Brennan Laird. Quakers have hit .283 against Mount St. Joe pitching this season. But again, the Quakers without Thomas Ray, and hopefully Thomas can still come back sometime this year, though indications talking with him before the game, it doesn't look good, but you never know. His senior season. Heard some of the players talking to him before the game that really can't injure that knee any more than it's injured right now, so they're encouraging him maybe to come back and give it one last shot as a pinch hitter or such. Here's Nate Lynch.
Leading off for the Quakers, the designated hitter number 22, Nate Lynch.
Nate at .385, no home runs. He has driven in 13. Nate with 10 stolen bases. And this is one of the players you would love to get on base as much as you possibly can. So Lynch DHing from the left side here this afternoon. And the first pitch by Ritchie is in there for a strike. And as always, we'll set that Mount St. Joe defense here in just a moment. Third baseman Farmer, even with the bag, anticipating a possible bunt by Lynch. If he tries, he would undoubtedly try to go that way as that pitch is low for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. McCauley behind the plate today for the Lions. Kittles at first, Schaefer at second, Hoffman at short, and Farmer's at third. The leg kick and the pitch, and it's hit to the left side. That'll get through as Farmer couldn't get his glove down. And Nate Lynch went the opposite way with a single, and that'll bring up Ethan Bailey. Bailey steps up. He's hitting .326. A home run. He has driven in 19. So this is where the fun begins. Now Ritchie will have to be very, very careful with, again, Nate Lynch at first base. Quakers will run more than anyone. They lead the league in stolen bases as a team. And this one's hit to right field. Hunter coming on, and he will make the catch near the line. And for Ethan Bailey, I would imagine he'd like to have that at bat back. Give Lynch an opportunity down there first base, but now there's one away. And that'll bring up Brennan Laird.
With 1 out, now batting the second base.
Laird at .343.
Brennan Laird.
4 home runs. He has driven in 27. Those 27 runs driven in, number 1 on the team. He's number 1 on the team in stolen bases at 23. And now McCauley calling time. In the outfield today for Mount St. Joe, Corbett in left, Browning in center, and Hunter is in right field. The stretch again by Ritchie, and this time he'll throw to first, not in time. Well, a warm day today, as we'd mentioned, but now we're starting to see some clouds move in. Certainly will help those that had to battle those fly balls. We had virtually no clouds on Saturday, and it was a tough day for the fielders as anything hit high in the air in that high sky was a challenge all day long. But that'll help here today with the high cloudiness now moving over the stadium. And you see Ritchie again really concerned about the runner at first and Nate Lynch. The stretch by Ritchie, and again he'll throw to first. Everybody in the starting lineup right now for the Quakers has a stolen base. The stretch once again by Ritchie. Good lead at first. Runner takes off. The pitch is in there for a strike. The throw down to second, not in time. And Nate Lynch with his 11th stolen bases in 12 attempts. Laird behind in the count of no balls and a strike. So now the Quakers have a runner in scoring position here in the bottom of the first inning. And Brennan Laird, an RBI opportunity now for the Quakers. The stretch by Ritchie, the check of the runner at second. And comes home with a pitch, and it was a breaking ball low and outside. And it was even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Coach Sack talking about this very opportunity that they left so many runners on base in that Saturday doubleheader loss to Defiance. And they left a lot of runners on base even on Friday, which is really uncharacteristic of this baseball team offensively. 1-1 pitch in there for a strike. One and two now to Laird. Now the wind virtually dying down to absolutely nothing. Each team with a base hit following the Lynch leadoff single. He is standing at second base. The stretch once again by Ritchie. This time he'll step off and look the runner back. Austin Ritchie, just a freshman out of Cincinnati, also plays first base for Mount St. Joe. This is a relatively young Mount St. Joe baseball team. This one popped up fouling out of play to the right. They have a lot of freshmen getting a chance to play, and team to watch in the next couple of years with the amount of experience that they are building up this year with all those freshmen. They got a couple of pretty good juniors as well in this ball club that'll be seniors next year, like Browning out of Fairfield, Ohio. Farmer also a junior out of Hamilton. The stretch once again by Ritchie. The pitch is on the way. It's up high, and boy, Laird, good job laying off that fastball. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Laird. And right when I said the wind died down, here it is again blowing back in from center field. 2-2 to Laird. Ritchie will check the runner at second. And the pitch on the way to the plate is a breaking ball, and nearly taking off down at second base was Lynch. Good job by McCauley, able to knock that ball down. And the count now 3-2 to Laird. Again, there's not a whole lot of room behind home plate to the backstop, so if you're going to go, you better make sure. Quakers used to play at McBride Stadium, and there is a ton of room. If a ball gets by a catcher there, you're virtually guaranteed an extra 90 feet, maybe more. The pitch on the way, swung on into right center field. Browning going over, also coming over the right fielder, Hunter. He'll make the catch. Tagging it second is Lynch, and he'll make it to third without a throw. It appeared at least at one point that the center fielder Browning was going to make a play on it until Hunter came in front of him and took the call. Here's Brandon Smalling. Smalling at .330 on the year, 2 home runs. He has driven in 25, and as I'd mentioned a few moments ago, his left shoulder, the inflammation acting up a little bit again. He talked about swinging through, and that's where it's difficult. So he's really going to have to keep both hands on that bat here this afternoon as the pitch is on the way, and it's a breaking ball that stays up high. Still had a pretty good BP, so it didn't really bother him too much there. You look at Smalling's numbers after a slow start because of that shoulder, and he's been hitting well. Ground ball back up the middle. Will it get through? The shortstop, Hoffman, able to knock it down, but no play at first. That'll be an infield base hit, and Smalling drives in the game's first run, and the Quakers lead this one 1-0.
Now batting the first baseman, number 19.
So Smalling, with the run driven in, now has 26. That is now tied with Elkis for second on the team. And speaking of Elkis, here is Eric Elkis, the first baseman. 321 on the year, a team-leading 6 home runs. He has driven in 26. So Earlham with their second base hit on the board here in the bottom of the first inning. And Earlham now able to set the tone here early as Elkis steps in. Ritchie into the stretch. And the pitch on the way is inside for a ball. So you get an idea if you haven't watched Earlham baseball previously. They love to get those guys at the top of the order on base, steal bases, put a lot of pressure on the defense, and they did that, and it produced here in the first inning. The stretch and the delivery on the way, and a big-time cut that time by Elkis. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Tomorrow when the Quakers play Wabash, Coach Sack had already told us yesterday that a lot of different players will get a chance to play tomorrow. Here's your 1-1 pitch, and it's up high, 2-1, knowing that Anderson will be in town on Friday and Saturday, and then, of course, after tomorrow, every game will be a conference matchup. And that rotation will change just a little bit. 2 balls and a strike down to Elkis. Ritchie with the pitch, and the breaking ball is in there for strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes down to Elkis. Elkis has struck out 25 times this year, which for many power hitters you would expect. They take that big cut. Here's the pitch on the way. Popped him up to the right side. Hunter coming over. Kittle, the first baseman, in foul territory, and they run out of real estate as that one will fall in the bullpen. And we will stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Quakers don't strike out a whole lot. You look at Elkis, 25 strikeouts. Brandon Laird, 23. But for Laird, most of his strikeouts came very early this season when he was struggling. Joe Piper with 22 strikeouts. Ritchie once again will take a look at first base. There's Smalling with the lead. The pitch coming inside, and I think that got him. Elkis somehow got out of the way of the brunt of that pitch, but he will take one for the team, and now the Quakers have runners at first and second.
At bat, the right fielder, number 38, Joe.
So here's Joe Piper, the right fielder. Piper at 291, 3 home runs. He has driven in 15. And now Ritchie trying to get himself out of trouble here in the bottom of the first inning. Piper off to a blazing start this year. He has cooled off a little bit over the last couple of weeks. And now Piper calls time. Of course, someone will have to step up with not having one of your leaders in Thomas Ray. Here's the pitch on the way, and it's in there for a strike. And you're hoping that Drew Dietz, who defensively you really, I don't believe, have too much to worry about, but his bat hasn't come around as of yet. We'll talk about Dietz as soon as he comes to the plate. Smalling at second, Elkis at first. The stretch again by Ritchie. And the pitch on the way to the plate, and a good fastball. And Piper quickly behind it 0-2. Keeping an eye on the second baseman, Schaefer. He is really staying very close to second base. So they're kind of playing Piper to hit this one either up the middle or to pull it to the left side. So there's a big hold between Schaefer at second and Kittle at first. No balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. Schaefer's pitch is hit well. That is going to be caught by the shortstop, Hoffman. And that will do it for the Quakers here in the bottom of inning number 1. But Earlham gets on the board first. We will head to the second. Quakers on top of this one, 1-0.
After 1 inning of play,
it's game time. The Sportsplex is now open. Get your teams together and come out for basketball, volleyball, soccer, tennis, golf, batting cages, wrestling, and much, much more. The Sportsplex also offers court rentals for your entire team to play a pickup game or to hold practices. Use our turf fields for multiple sports, including flag football, baseball fielding, and rugby. Sportsplex is open 7 days a week. Check out FamilyFitnessWorks.com for more information and current hours, or call 765-935-0111.
The dealership where I bought my car told me I needed new tires. So, of course, I stopped by Best One and asked Roger to take a look. So they checked it out, and he told me not yet. He said I was good for at least another 10,000 miles. I've always gotten an honest opinion at Best One, and so will you.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark at Best One Tire and Service. We'll only sell you tires when you need new tires, and they'll be the right tires for your car or truck. I guarantee it.
Best One Tire and Service, North 7th and A, Uptown Richmond.
Alums, and your fellow Earlham alumni, attend an alumni event. Our office is always organizing events locally and around the country and on campus during homecoming and reunion weekend. For information on upcoming events, visit earlham.edu/alumni. We hope to see you soon.
Earlham on top of this one, 1-0 as we move that inning number 2. It'll be Hunter, Kittle, and Pash all due up as Talcott taking his final warm-up tosses. Hunter 330 on the year home run. He has driven in 22. In the previous 2 games, 1 for 9 for Hunter, but that was a big one, a home run. He had driven in 3. That was in the 10-7 loss back on March the 22nd. So Hunter steps in, Walter ready to go to work.
Number 6, Nathan Hunter.
Walter gets the sign from Krumloff and the pitch on the way, and he opens up with a strike. Boy, how often we talk about what a key that is. To get that first pitch in there for a strike. Walter gets the sign. Here's the pitch on the way. This time he tried to break off that curveball, and he misses 1-1. The pitch is in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. Two and 1 now to Hunter. Here's the wind, the leg kick, and the pitch. And this one hit well but foul down the right field line. Count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hunter, the number 5 hitter. Walter will shake off a couple of signs now from Krumloff. And here's your break-even pitch on the way. Got him. Boy, and Hunter completely fooled by that pitch. First strikeout by Talcott, and that'll bring up Kittle.
With 1 out, now batting.
Kittle at 340 delivery, inside 1-1. Well, right now, Walter, if he keeps sailing along the way he is, he certainly could be named the newcomer of the conference. He'll be on the first team all-league squad, I would imagine. Here's the 1-1 delivery, and it's low and outside 2-1. We still have a lot of baseball to be played, but probably be on the all-freshman team, no doubt about that. So a lot of things could be coming his way. Here's your 2-1 delivery. Ground ball toward the shortstop, Dietz. Dietz again, a strong throw to first, and there's 2 away. So with 2 outs, that'll bring up Tyler Pash. Pash at .313, 2 home runs. He's driven in 17.
24, Tyler Pash.
Pash, big right-handed hitter. Walter again ready to go to work. Here's the pitch, and it's low and outside for a ball. Walter doesn't change a whole lot. I mean, he'll get the ball and throw, but his mechanics, nothing really changes from pitch to pitch. The freshman out of McCutcheon High School, ground ball chopper left side and foul. McCutcheon out of now the North Central Conference, part of the conference that Richmond is located in as well. We have Lafayette Jeff as well as Harrison and McCutcheon, 3 very good baseball schools as part of the NCC. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch on the way, and went for that outside corner. 2 balls and a strike. Two outs here in the top of the second inning. Quakers on top of this one, 1-0. Outfield straightaway. The pitch. Hit well. Coming over will be Dietz in the hole. Nice strong throw, and he got him. Boy, I tell you what, his arm is strong as Thomas Ray's, and his certainly accuracy right up there as well as a 1-2-3 inning. We will head to the bottom half of inning number 2. Quakers on top of this one, 1-0.
Do you need help taking care of your car? I know my family does. That's why we take our vehicles to Beach Automotive in Richmond. We've been relying on Brad and his crew for years, and they always take good care of us without breaking the bank. For great auto service, stop by Beach Automotive at 110 East Main. Give them a call at 966-8181 or go to their website at beach-auto.com.
There are banks that are big, and then there's West End Bank. A bank with big ideas to help people, business, and industry. If you're just starting out on your own and want a new car, West End can help. Maybe it's your first home and you need advice on financing. West End Bank has ideas to help you. West End Bank, helping build better lives and a better community. West End Bank is a community bank with big ideas and home to a distinctive style of banking. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Earlhamites, staying connected with the college is easy thanks to your alumni office. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, access the alumni directory on Earlham's online portal, read the Earlhamite magazine, and visit us online. We're here for you. Go Quakers.
Head to the bottom of the second inning. It'll be Krumloff, Dietz, and Barger. Quakers on top, 1-0. 2 base hits in that opening inning. Nate Lynch getting that stolen base. It put him in position for Brandon Smalling to get the RBI single. And so now the Quakers set to go to work once again as Richie getting his final warm-up tosses. And here we go. Cody Krumloff, 270 on the year. A home run. He has driven in 9. Quakers are always happy with Krumloff defensively, and certainly he has done his job at the plate at 270 on the year. So now Richie gets the sign. Here's the pitch, and it's in there for a strike. I mentioned in previous broadcasts that anything that you can get out of Cody Krumloff on top of his defense is certainly a huge bonus. A late swing. This one hit down the right field line, but that will be fouled by just about a foot. So Krumloff trying to go the opposite way. And now falls down to the count of no balls and 2 strikes. Richie, a much bigger pitcher. He probably goes at about 6'5", 6'6". The 0-2 on the way, grounded over the glove of Richie, charging is Hoffman, the shortstop, to throw to first in time. And there's one away. Here's Drew Dietz. Now, we mentioned Dietz filling in for the injured Thomas Ray. Dietz moving from second base over to shortstop, and so far he's played that position extremely well. Now they're hoping Dietz can start hitting better. At 116 on the year, no home runs. He has driven in just 2. And Ritchie's first pitch to Dietz is a fastball inside, 1-0. Dietz was scheduled to be the starting second baseman at the beginning of the year, but when things struggled offensively, Quakers had to make a move. They put Laird at second as that pitch low and outside, 2-0. But now Dietz is going to get his opportunity. 2 balls and no strikes to the Earlham number 8 hitter. Ritchie gets the sign from McCauley. The pitch on the way is a called strike. Dietz out of Hamilton, Ohio, one of several players on both these teams out of Hamilton. That's low and away, 3-1. Quakers have 5 players out of Hamilton. A couple of players from Hamilton on this Mount St. Joe team. Boy, that didn't miss by a whole lot as Dietz will head down to first with a 1-out walk. And that'll bring up Matt Barger. So Quakers have a man on here in the bottom of the second inning. Barger steps up.
Left fielder, number 20, Matt Barger.
Barger hitting at .354. Home run. He has driven in 10. By the way, Drew Dietz 5 of 5 in the stolen base department. So Quakers have some speed now at the bottom of the order. The stretch by Ritchie. And the pitch on the way is low and inside for a ball. The catcher, McCauley, knowing he'll have to be ready to throw. You look at Dietz, 5 for 5. Krumloff is 3 for 3. Barger, 6 of 7. That's at the bottom of the order. Quick throw to first, not in time. Dug out there by Kittle, the first baseman. And then you look at Lynch with 10, now 11. Bailey with 7, and Brennan Laird with 23. 1 ball and no strikes now to Barger. The pitch lifted high and foul, and that will go out of play. Well, we have seen Barger and Piper a couple of times this year really launch foul balls out of this ballpark. It is 3-10 down the left field line. Of course, the Earlham monster there, the probably 35-foot fence that tears down in left field, so it takes quite a poke to get it out of here. That pitch low and inside, 2-1. 375 in the alleys, 390 in dead center, and then 325 down the right field line. And generally, it went out of this ballpark. The wind is always blowing out of the west. Here's the stretch and the 2-1 pitch back inside, and McCauley fakes the throw to first. 3-1 now to Barger. I say when the wind blows out of the west, we'll get a breeze now and then that'll come out of the north and the east, but it's usually just a breeze. When we get a strong wind, it'll come out of the west. 3-1 now to Barger. Ritchie, and the runner takes off. The pitch in there for a strike. The throw down to second is not in time. Stolen base by Dietz. So now the Quakers with a runner in scoring position. 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Barger. Dietz now a perfect 6 of 6 in the stolen base department for the Quakers. Now let's see if Barger can poke this one to the right side. The stretch by Ritchie in the pitch. He tried to go that way, popped it up, and that will go out of play. And we'll stay at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Schaefer, the second baseman, is giving a lot of room between second and first. And again, if Barger can go that way that Schaefer has been playing these right-handed hitters, it's a great opportunity because the first baseman, Kittle, is really very close to the line as well. So there's a pretty big hole you can see now between Schaefer and Kittle. The stretch once again by Ritchie, and he'll step off and look the runner back to second. Outfield straight away for the right-handed hitting Barger. And now Ritchie gets the sign from McCauley. Here's the stretch and the pitch on the way. Hit well into left center field. He goes to the left side. That's going to drive in the game's second run. Heading to second will be Barger, and he'll be in with a stand-up double. And the Quakers now lead this one 2-0. So Barger with a nice piece of hitting. And for Matt Barger, his 11th run driven in. And now we'll have a visit to the mound as Ritchie will have the pitching coach come out and talk to him, as now he'll have to go to work on Nate Lynch, who singled and scored the game's first run in inning number 1. You know, something that Coach Sackett said yesterday in the pregame today, which was true about the 2 Defiance games, was that he kind of felt that after they won the Friday game, that maybe some of the players felt all they had to do was just show up on Saturday and they were going to get 2 wins automatically, and it didn't work out that way. So perhaps they ended up getting humbled a little bit in the 2-game loss. Lynch at the plate for the second time. So Ritchie once again ready to go to work as he gets the sign from McCauley. Here's the pitch on the way, and it's low and inside for a ball. Earlham on top of this one, 2-0 as we play here in the bottom of the second inning. Once again, Barger with a good lead down at second base. Ritchie gets the sign from McCauley, works into the stretch, and the pitch is outside for a ball, and Ritchie wanted that call. He thought he got the outside corner. 2 balls and no strikes now to Nate Lynch. Lynch, another junior out of Hamilton, Ohio. Ritchie will check the runner at second, and the delivery on the way is a breaking ball in there for a strike. Count 2-1. Ball again, start time at 4 o'clock on Friday, then noon and around 3:30 on Saturday. Ritchie again looking at second. Hoffman bluffing over as that pitch getting away from McCauley on the check swing. 3 balls and a strike now to Lynch. We also know with the way that Talcott has thrown this year, Mount St. Joe, they cannot get too far behind here early in this one. Ritchie with a pitch. Hit to the right side. Schaefer bobbles it. Schaefer having trouble with it. That'll be an error, and everybody is safe. Boy, right off the turf, and you got about as good of a roll as you possibly could, and how Schaefer bobbled that one, I'll never know, but now the Quakers have runners at first and third, and right when Ritchie could have used a double play ground ball, and now it'll be Ethan Bailey who flew out his first time up. And what I mean by a double play ground ball is that you possibly could have gotten Barger. He had a pretty good lead down at second. If not, that ball is perfectly hit to you, and you could have made an easy play to first, so it was tailor-made. So now Bailey hit the first pitch he saw and flew out to right field. Now they could use a double play ground ball right here. Throw to first, not in time, as Nate Lynch will be going for his second steal of the ball game. Earlham trying to build now on a 2-0 lead as Ritchie gets the sign from McCauley. Runners will get their leads on the corners, and again a throw to first, not in time. Outfield straightaway is Corbett in left, Browning in center, and Hunter in right. Bailey still waiting for his first pitch now from the right-hander Ritchie. The stretch and the delivery on the way is a breaking ball that stays outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Barger getting the game's first extra base hit. And by the way, plenty of rest right now for Talcott. Throw to first again, not in time. And Nate Lynch had a relatively short lead down at first base. So now Ritchie once again into the stretch, and the runner takes off at first, popped up to the right side. Lynch will have to hurry him get back. The second baseman coming over, that is Schaefer. He'll make the catch, and Lynch got back. So 2 away, and that'll bring up Brandon Laird. Well, the hit and run is on right there. Quakers try to get something going. But now Laird 0 for 1 will step to the plate.
With 2 outs, now batting the second baseman, number 17, Brennan Laird.
See McCauley stepping out from behind the plate, flashing a series of signs on what Mount St. Joe will try to do defensively. Boy, Ritchie right now would feel pretty good getting out of this inning, only giving up 1 run. The stretch and the throw to first. And Lynch back in once again. One thing about Nate Lynch down at first base, most of the time he really doesn't get a huge lead. He might get 1 foot on the green, but generally he's right there, and then he'll make his move. Again, Ritchie into the stretch. Here's the pitch, and the pitch out was on. It got by McCauley, and that'll be a wild pitch. As now Lynch down at second base. And that's just a matter of missing everything. 1-0 now to Laird. Well, you could see the pitch out was on, and that ball hit that concrete right behind home plate and bounced back to McCauley. But by the time it did, Lynch was already 3/4 of the way down to second base. 1 ball and no strikes. Let's see if Laird can deliver right here with runners at second and third. The pitch on the way is a breaking ball, and it caught the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Brennan Laird. We mentioned Laird already, the team leader in runs driven in. Here's your 1-1 pitch, and a breaking ball hit to the right side. That's going to get through. 1 run will score. Lynch rounding third. Here's the throw, and it'll be cut off, and the Quakers now lead it 4-0. Well, Brennan Laird does his job. He got it to the right side, and right between Schaefer and Kittle. We have seen that hole all day long.
Now batting the third baseman, number 23.
And now Earlham with 3 runs in the inning, and they may not be done yet. Here's Smalling. Smalling singled and drove in the game's first run in inning number 1. And there is a right-hander in the bullpen throwing. The throw down to second, not in time, and Laird steals that one easily. Brennan Laird with his 24th stolen base in 26 attempts. And the Quakers have another runner in scoring position. 2 away here in the bottom of the second inning. Ritchie into the stretch and the pitch, and that's a pretty good pitch that time. Count was even at 1 ball and 1 strike. This is what we're used to seeing from a Quaker offense that didn't get the job done on Saturday in the 2 losses to Defiance, and putting together runs in bunches. That pitch low and inside. 2 balls at a strike now to Smalling. I said a little bit ago, there is a right-hander throwing in the Mount St. Joe bullpen. Looks like Nick Gunnell, the freshman out of Hamilton. Change up that time by Smalling, or I should say by Ritchie, and Smalling way out in front on the swing. And the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And I'll keep an eye on Brennan Laird down at second. We have seen him in games before steal third. And Ritchie knows he'll have to keep him close. Here's the pitch on the way. This one will be nubbed toward the shortstop, Hoffman. He's charging and throwing, in a wide throw, but they got him. But the Quakers do their job thanks to Brandon Laird. And Earlham picking up 3 runs in the bottom of inning number 2. We will head to the third, and Earlham on top of this one, 4-0.
There's only one place to go on the World Wide Web to find the best automotive deals. Wetzelauto.com. One of the area's largest inventories all in one spot. Wetzelauto.com. Here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Wetzelauto.com. New and used vehicles, service, parts, body shop, and rental. Plus, value your trade. It's easy to navigate. It's convenient. Wetzelauto.com. It's clickin' awesome.
For over a century, Richmond Power & Light has been providing safe, reliable energy to the citizens and businesses of Richmond through their dedicated and talented employees. Richmond Power & Light is advancing their tradition of exceptional service through new technology, training, and efficiency in everything they do. For more information on Richmond Power & Light, go to their website at rp-l.com. Richmond Power & Light. Together, we make powerful partners.
Well, right now, Walter Talcott has a 4-run lead as we move now to the top of the third. It's Macaulay Corbett, and then back to Browning at the top of the order for Mount St. Joe. Macaulay hitting at .293, no home runs. He has driven in 11 on the year. Macaulay 0 for 4 in the previous 2 games. So now Walter, time is called now by Macaulay as Walter was set to throw. Quakers 4 runs and 4 hits over the first 2 innings as the pitches hit foul. No balls and a strike down to Macaulay. He is the number 8 hitter now for Mount St. Joe. The pitch on the way is low for a ball. One ball and 1 strike as Macaulay back in the pitch. Popped him up to the right side and out of play. So now Macaulay behind at 1-2. We mentioned this is a Mount St. Joe team that has hit just .206 against Quaker pitching this year. Now the 1-2 delivery on the way and got him swinging, and that's why. Well, that thing has a lot of break at the end of it. And Macaulay unable to catch up with it. Here is Jordan Corbett. Corbett, .219 on the year. No home runs out there quite a bit, and you would have thought that would have been an easy play for Barger. But now a mistake, and the first time the Quakers have made a mental error here today, and here is Nick Browning. Browning 0 for 1. Browning still looking for his first base hit. Against the Quakers this year, he is 0 for 10. So now Mount St. Joe with just their second base hit. Talcott with the pitch and a snap throw down to second. Tag laid on by the second baseman Laird, but not in time. 1 ball and no strikes now to Browning. The stretch once again by Walter. And the pitch. In the dirt, blocked that time by Krumloff, and not even a look back at second by Talcott. 2 balls and no strikes now to Corbett. Corbett a relatively short lead down at second. Now will take the extra step as Talcott works into the stretch. And now looks back at second. Here's the pitch on the way to the plate. Lined up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Rounding third will be Corbett, and they'll hold him there as Bailey quickly back in with the baseball from center field. And now Mount St. Joe has something going here in the third with just 1 away. And now here's Hoffman.
At bat, number 9, Matt Hoffman.
And what should have been a routine out of Corbett and 2 outs in the inning, now 1 out with runners at first and third. Hoffman flew out his first time up, 1 for 8 in the series with an RBI. And Mount St. Joe an opportunity to put a run on the board here in the top of the third inning, trailing at 4-0. Talcott into the stretch and the pitch, and the fastball is up high, 1-0. These two teams put 17 on the board against each other back on March the 22nd. That was down in the Cincinnati area in that first game. And pitch low and inside, 2-0. That was a ball game that went back and forth until the Quakers eventually pulled that one out, picking up their first win against the Lions. 2 balls and no strikes now to Hoffman. The stretch by Talcott, and the pitch on the way is hit foul. Good cut there by Hoffman. He was not cheated by that cut. Hoffman came into this one at .274 on the year and a chance to drive in a run right here for the Lions. Corbett's at third, Browning at first. Alcott into the stretch and a throw to first, not in time. Now Browning leads this ball club in stolen bases, as we mentioned earlier. Though they're not a huge running baseball team, he has on the season 6 of their 17 stolen bases coming in. So they're down 4-0. I doubt very much you want to try to run yourself out of this one. And the pitch is in there for a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Hoffman. Of course, it also depends here whether you want to try to hit and run with runners at first and third and 1 out. Knowing that runs could be at a premium today against the freshman Talcott is that throw to first, and Walter trying to keep the runner close in Browning. Two strikeouts today for Talcott as he's coming off that 10 strikeout performance against this team his last time out. And the pitch on the way is a fastball that stays up high, and we'll go 3-2, and that is the first 3-2 count on the day now for Walter. Now keep an eye on Browning down at first. Talcott into the stretch. He'll check both runners, and time will be called. Earlham with a run in the first, 3 more in the second, and now Mount St. Joe trying to make some noise here in the third inning. Talcott into the stretch again. The pitch on the way, grounded to the right side, but foul. We'll stay at 3-2. Quakers today trying to pick up their 11th win. They would still be a game and a half behind in the loss column, depending again on what happens today for Rose. Here's the pitch on the way. This one hit well to right field. Piper is there. He'll make the catch. Runner at third is tagging. The throw is short, and Mount St. Joe will get a run on the board and now trail it 4-1. And that'll bring up Simon Schaefer. That one, by the way, was the double when Barger and Bailey came together in left center field and eventually fell in between them. Schaefer singled his first time up in inning number 1. Now 2 away here in the top of the third inning. Walter will check the runner again at first, as now Browning with no runners on base. Three hits now up the right-hander, Walter Talcott. The pitch on the way. He'll show a bunt. It's in there for a strike. Oh, 0-1 again to Schaefer. Schaefer, 21 runs driven in. That is second on the team to Zach Farmer, who has 32. Now the 0-1. That one just tapped foul, and Schaefer falls by to no balls and 2 strikes.
One more, let's go.
Walter will shake off the sign as now we'll see Krumloff set up on the outside corner. Here's the pitch on the way, and got him with that breaking ball. Well, nice way to get out of it despite the miscue in left center field. The Quakers on top of this one as we move now to the bottom of the third, 4-1.
Maybe you haven't heard, but there's a place in Richmond's Depot District that's better than being home. Little Sheba's is a lot like the bar in that 80s TV show Cheers. You know, where everybody knows your name. Come on down after the game on Fridays and join us for pizza. We're here till 11. Or grab some of your friends and try out a game of live trivia Thursday nights at 6:30. If you love live music, Little Sheba's features some of the very best every weekend. Where else are you going to find this kind of variety, along with some of the best food and friends in town? Little Sheba's in Richmond's Depot District. It really is better than being home.
Are new cabinets on your wish list? Visit the new Georgia Direct showroom and see the great variety of cabinets on display in a modern setting. Georgia Direct carries quality craft-made one cabinets, and the new showroom has plenty of styles and colors on display. In Richmond, craft-made one is only available at Georgia Direct, where the designers are always on hand to help create a custom kitchen for your home. Visit Georgia Direct's new showroom on 40 East, next to Red Lobster. You'll love what you see, and you'll love the savings at Georgia Direct.
Head to the bottom of the third inning. It'll be Elkis, Piper, and Krumloff now for the Quakers on top of this one, 4-1.
Leading off the bottom of the third inning.
Elkis hit by a pitch back in the first inning. So Mount St. Joe, they get a run back as Elkis will step to the plate for the second time. Ritchie, the right-hander, set to throw, and the first pitch on the way is a curveball in there for a strike. Elkis 6 home runs on the year. Here's the 0-1, and he hits this one off the handle, and that right to the shortstop Hoffman, and there's one away. That pitch jamming Elkis, and that'll bring up Joe Piper.
With one out, now batting number 38, Joe Piper.
Piper lined out to the shortstop Hoffman back in the first inning. His only plate appearance so far today. As Ritchie gets the sign from McCauley, here's the pitch, and this one lined down the left field line. That's going to be a fair ball. Extra bases for Piper. Piper on his horse down to second base with a stand-up double. Well, first pitch hitting once again. And we saw that a lot on Saturday with Defiance, and the Quakers are coming out and doing it here today. Here's Cody Krumloff.
Stepping up to the plate, the catcher, number 5, Cody Krumloff.
Krumloff 0 for 1. He grounded out in the first inning. Now for the third straight inning, the Quakers not only have scored but have more runners in scoring position. And for Krumloff, he'll try to get this to the right side, and Schaefer again playing this one more up the middle. A big hole between first and second. And now Schaefer back in a position. This one hit straight to center field, and right at the center fielder Browning, you tried to get the runner doubled off at second base, Piper. So 2 away, and that'll bring up Drew Dietz. Dietz walked, stole a base, and scored one of those 3 runs in the second. So now Ritchie set to go to work with a runner down at second base. Here's the stretch, and the pitch on the way, low and outside, and boy, McCauley did a good job locating that baseball. And the count now 1-0. One ball and no strikes. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning. 4-1 Quakers. Here's the stretch again by Ritchie. And the pitch on the way is high and outside, 2-0. And now another visit to the mound. This one came rather sudden. You kind of expected the last one, but this one, and again, just a freshman. Words of encouragement that time as now the meeting is over, and once again we'll see Dietz step back up with a count of 2 balls and no strikes. Piper down at second, the 1-out double. The second extra base hit of the ball game for the Quakers, the other double by Matt Barger. And now Ritchie gets the sign from McCauley. Good lead down at second base. Here's the pitch, high and inside, and the count now 3-0. Three balls and no strikes. Dietz back in. The stretch again by Ritchie, and the pitch on the way to the plate is on the inside corner. And now 3-1. Ritchie again will get the sign from McCauley, the stretch, and the delivery on the way, check swing foul. And Dietz has a full count to work with at 3-2. What a good battle going on right now. Dietz trying to deliver, try to get that ball in the outfield on a line drive, if possible, right here. And another good cut by Dietz, and he fouls it to the screen. And we'll stay at 3-2. Opportunity again to get another run here for the Quakers on top of this one, 4-1. Earlham trying to stay on the heels of Rose-Hulman. 3 balls and 2 strikes and 2 outs. The stretch and the pitch on the way is a curveball that stayed up high, and McCauley tried to frame that one down. But now Dietz has walked twice today. And now we'll go to Matt Barger.
Now batting the left fielder, number 20, Matt Barger.
Barger doubled and scored as part of that 3-run second inning. The pitch now by Ritchie, and the curveball is a called strike. The pitch that time by the freshman Ritchie to open up with a curveball against Barger. Barger came in at 354. He is now 4 of 9 in the series. He has driven in 3 runs in the 3 games. Runners will get their leads at first and second. The pitch on the way, low and outside. There's McCauley again. We had talked about McCauley in the last game that these two teams got together. He, along with Krumloff, two of the better defensive catchers, though Krumloff has a better arm than McCauley. McCauley does a good job knocking those baseballs down and preventing wild pitches. That pitch way outside, 2-1. Here again is a right-hander throwing in the Mount St. Joe bullpen. It was Nick Gunnell, the freshman out of Hamilton, and it looks like he is still down there. 2 balls and a strike. The pitch on the way is in the dirt, and how much longer after Barger might you go with Ritchie right here? Again, the Lions don't want this one to get completely out of hand. They're already down by 3. 3 balls and a strike now to Barger, and you know right now that Ritchie has to come somewhere around the plate. Let's see if Barger can guess correctly. The stretch and the pitch, and low and outside, ball 4. Second walk of the inning, back-to-back walks, and the bases are loaded now for Nate Lynch. Lynch has been on base both times. He has scored twice, a stolen base, a single in the first inning. He reached on an error in inning number 2, and Hoffman, the shortstop, will try to settle Ritchie down a little bit before this gets out of hand. So here's Nate Lynch. Ritchie. Bases loaded, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. The stretch again by the big right-hander, and the pitch is on the way, and the curveball. Now it's 2 batters in a row. He has opened up with that breaking pitch, and he's been able to get it in there for a strike, but then later losing Barger after jumping in front in the count. 0-1 now to Lynch. Ritchie with the pitch. And this one pulled to the right side. First baseman Kittle bobbles it. And did they get him? Nope. And the throw to the plate is in time on the tag. They will get Dietz. But again, Lynch is safe at first. But again, Piper will score the run. Dietz will be thrown out at home plate. But the Quakers do get a run out of the inning. We will head to the top of the 4th. And the Quakers on top of this one, 5-1.
If you would like your athlete to take their game to the next level, look no further. New Vision Sports and their staff has over 20 years of experience in coaching and developing the serious-minded athlete. New Vision specializes in improving your basketball skills, overall speed, and agility. Find them on Facebook or Twitter, or give them a call at 765-977-5831. Again, call 765-977-5831 or go to their website at newvisionsports.com.
The dealership where I bought my car told me I needed new tires. So, of course, I stopped by Best One and asked Roger to take a look. So they checked it out, and he told me not yet. He said I was good for at least another 10,000 miles. I've always gotten an honest opinion at Best One, and so will you.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark at Best One Tire and Service. We'll only sell you tires when you need new tires, and they'll be the right tires for your car or truck. I guarantee it.
Best One Tire and Service, North 7th and A, Uptown Richmond.
Well, a wild way to finish off the inning, but the Quakers stay aggressive. They get the run in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And we will head down to the top of the 4th. It'll be Farmer, Hunter, and Kittle all due up. Farmer is 0 for 1. He is now 5 of 10 in the series. He has driven in 3 runs and scored a run. And now Walter has a 4-run lead once again. Talcott ready to throw the late kick and the pitch, and the breaking ball is a called strike. It has been very rare today that Walter has not jumped out in front of the hitters. He's only gone to 3-2 count once. And he gave up that double, though, that really should have been a routine out. Here's the 0-1 delivery, inside corner for a strike, and Farmer didn't like that call, but it looked like it was a pretty good pitch from here. No balls and 2 strikes. Farmer, 6 home runs. He has driven in 32, hitting .370 coming in, and the 0-2 pitch is high. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Zach Farmer. Walter again will shake off a sign. Krumloff on the outside corner. Here's the pitch on the way. Got him swinging. It'll be strikeout, throw out as they will throw to first. For Walter, that is strikeout number 4. And with 1 away, that'll bring up Nathan Hunter. Hunter struck out back in the second. Hunter has struggled. He's 1 for 10 in the 3 games. That was a 3-run home run in that first game back on March the 22nd. And he's been 0 for ever since. Here's the pitch by Talcott. That one looped into center field, and there's your first hit in quite some time against Earlham pitching for Hunter. So a man on here in the top of the 4th inning, and that'll bring up Kittle. He is 0 for 1.
At bat for first baseman number 12, Kyle Kittle.
Kittle grounded out to Dietz his first time up. Into the stretch, the pitch. Grounded hard, and that'll get through on the left side. Dietz might have had a chance at it, but he was kind of breaking toward second base. And so no back-to-back singles by Mount St. Joe. They'll have runners at first and second, and here's Tyler Pash.
At bat number 24, Tyler Pash.
Pash 0 for 1. He grounded out his first time up. And for just the second time today, Mount St. Joe runners at first and second. This one grounded Dietz. Long throw to first. In time, they'll get the out there as the runners will advance. But 2 away now for McCauley.
With 2 outs now batting number 5.
McCauley struck out his first time up. Walter's pitch in there for a strike, and McCauley quickly behind it 0-1. Two away here in the top of the 4th inning. Earlham on top of this one 5-1. Those 3 runs in the second. Really the big difference in this one. Here's the stretch again and the pitch. This one lined into center. That's a base hit. Hunter will score. Rounding third is Kittle. Here's the throw to the plate. Got him. Not even close. As Kittle thrown out at home trying to score, but the Lions will get 1 out of it. We will head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Earlham on top of this one, 5-2.
Mancino's Pizza and Grinders, the very best in pizza and grinders. We use only the highest quality meats, cheeses, and vegetables. It's impossible not to taste the difference. Every morning we bake our bread to ensure our customers the freshest sandwiches. Mancino's offers more than grinders. They also have fantastic specialty pizzas and salads. Stop by for lunch, dinner, or after the game. Mancino's, 217 National Road West in Richmond. The taste of quality you expect.
Are you looking for a quality used car you can trust to take you where you want to go? Stop at Tony's Car Sales at 250 National Road West. Tony's has a top-of-the-line selection of low-mileage, one-owner cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs, all handpicked by Mike and Adrian Parker. Tony's is family-owned with 3 generations and 60 years of experience. Check out their selection at Tony'sCarsales.com or at 250 National Road West. Tony's Car Sales, where honesty, quality, and price sell cars.
Yeah, we have a new pitcher. We had seen this right-hander throwing in the bullpen. Nick Gunnell is a freshman out of Hamilton, Ohio. So Gunnell will come in. Richie is done for the day. Richie managing to go just 3 innings, giving up 5 runs on the afternoon.
Now on the mound for the Lions, number 27, Nick Gunnell.
So Gunnell will take over.
Ethan Bailey.
Ethan 0 for 2 today. He was blown out both times. His first look now at Gunnell, and the pitch is high and inside, 1-0. Get you some numbers on Gunnell here in a moment as that pitch is low, 2 balls and no strikes. And the ball gets away on the throw back from McCauley. For Gunnell, this is his 8th appearance, 10 innings, 10 hits, 10 runs, 4 earned, 7 strikeouts, and 7 walks. Popped up left side. Coming over is Corbett in foul territory, and Corbett will make the catch right in front of the fence, and Bailey 0 for 3. That'll bring up Brandon Laird. Finishing out the line for Gunnell, no record. He has an ERA of 3.60. Laird single drove in a couple of runs back in the second inning. He is 1 for 2 with a stolen base. And Gunnell set to throw on his first pitch. He is in there for a strike. Well, the 2 runs given up now by Talcott. Most he's given up in quite some time, as that one is hit foul. Though you have to go back to that Corbett double that ended up falling between Barger and Bailey. Potentially could have been a routine out, and Quakers could have gotten out of that inning after Hoffman and Schaefer were out. That pitch is outside, 1-2. So right now you look back at the third and the fourth, really just 1 run should have scored over those 2 innings. 1 ball and 2 strikes, the lay kick and the pitch, and got him on the outside corner. I thought that was too far outside that time, as Brandon Laird thought it was outside as well. So there's 2 away. And that'll bring up Brandon Smalling.
With 2 outs now batting, the third baseman, number 23, Brandon Smalling.
Smalling singled in the first, grounded out in the second. His first look at Gunnell, and the pitch is on the way, and it's low and outside for a ball. Quakers on top, 5-2. Again, back here tomorrow, non-conference game as they'll take on Wabash. Pitch is in the dirt, as we said earlier today. That'll give other players an opportunity to play. And Coach had already mentioned, Coach Sack, that they're going to make a lot of changes in tomorrow's lineup. 2 balls and no strikes. Gunnell gets the sign. Here's the pitch, and that one's hit foul. Good cut there by Smalling. So far, it doesn't appear the inflammation in his left shoulder bothering him too much on the swing, though he did say he'll have to keep both hands on the bat here today. Here's your 2-1 pitch, and that one didn't miss by a whole lot. 3-1. Smalling back in, Goodell set to throw. Here's your 3-1 pitch, and this one inside for ball 4 and a 2-out walk. Now for Smalling. First walk given up by Goodell. And the Quakers have had base runners down all 4 innings, and this will bring Eric Elkis to the plate.
Now batting the first baseman, number 19, Eric Elkis.
We mentioned earlier that Zach Farmer's been stuck on 6 home runs for a while. Eric Elkis has been stuck on 6 home runs for a while. He's about due for one. As Goodell works into the stretch, and the pitch on the way to the plate, low and outside, McCauley able to knock that one down. 1 ball and no strikes now to Elkis. Quakers run in the first, 2 runs, or should say 3 runs in the second, and a single run in the third. The pitch hit well toward the shortstop. Hoffman will backhand, throws to first, and that will do it for Earlham here in the 4th inning. First time today the Quakers had been held scoreless. We will head now to the top of the 5th inning. Earlham on top of this one, 5-2.
Reynolds Plumbing, the area's leader in residential and commercial plumbing. Fast, friendly, 24-hour emergency service. You name it, they can fix it. Whether it's installation, remodeling, sump pumps, well pumps, water heaters, or sewer camera service, they now have service on heating and air conditioning. Give them a call at 966-0994 for free estimates. Reynolds Plumbing, 198 South 2nd Street in Richmond.
There's a place in Richmond's Depot District that's better than being home. Little Sheba's is a lot like the bar in that 80s TV show where everybody knows your name. Come on down after the game on Fridays and join us for pizza. We're here till 11. Or grab some friends and come play live trivia Thursday nights at 6:30. If you love live music, Little Sheba's features some of the very best every weekend. Where else can you find this kind of variety along with some of the best food and friends in town? Little Sheba's in Richmond's Depot District. It really is better than being home.
Back once again here at Randall R. Sadler Stadium as the Quakers on top of this one, 5-2. We'll head to the top of the 5th inning. Corbett, Browning, and Hoffman all due up. Corbett got that double back in the 3rd inning. That was the first eventual run scored by Mount St. Joe, and they picked up another run in the 4th. Corbett now 1 for 4 with a run scored in the 3 games. Talcott ready to throw, and his first pitch on the way is a fastball, and it's in there for a strike. Well, that looked a little high and outside. The Quakers will take it. They're probably owed one after going back to that last at bat for Brennan Laird. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Popped him up. Should be an easy play. The second baseman, Laird, coming in. And Laird, a natural outfielder, will call that one. And there's one away. And that'll bring up now Nick Browning at the top of the order. Browning 1 for 2 today, singled in the 3rd. Browning, the junior out of Fairfield, Ohio. Talcott ready to throw, and the first pitch on the way is a called strike. Four strikeouts now for Walter through the first 4 1/3 innings. This one hit well into left center field. That's going to be extra bases, as that will bounce against the fence at the 375 mark, and a stand-up double by Nick Browning. Well, that one more legit than the one by Corbett back in the 3rd inning. And that one hit well by Browning. He is now 2 for 3 today. And that'll bring up Matt Hoffman. Hoffman 0 for 2.
Matt Hoffman.
Seven hits now by Mount St. Joe. Hoffman 1 for 9 in the series with an RBI. So now Walter into the stretch. He'll check the runner at second. Comes home with the pitch. Ground ball back up the middle. Dietz will bobble it, and that'll be an error on Dietz. Browning advancing on to third. And so now Mount St. Joe had runners at first and third, one away, and here's Simon Schaefer.
At bat, the second baseman, number 3, Simon Schaefer.
Schaefer 1 for 2, a single back in the first inning. If you can get a ground ball right here and a double play, gets you out of the inning. But again, Mount St. Joe threatening here in the fifth. Time will be called before Schaefer steps to the plate. The stretch again by Talcott is he'll check both runners. The pitch on the way is a breaking ball, chopped foul in front of the plate, and that one caught that front foot of Schaefer. No balls and a strike. Mount St. Joe, they have had base runners in all but one inning today. That was a 1-2-3 inning back in the second for Talcott. And now Browning's at third, Hoffman at first. Walter again into the stretch, and the pitch on the way, chop foul again. Schaefer way out in front on the swing, and now he finds himself down at no balls and 2 strikes. One and 2 now to Schaefer. Should say 0-2 to Schaefer with runners at first and third. And a quick snap throw to first, not in time to get Hoffman. Earlham on top of this one, 5-2. But right now, Mount St. Joe trying to get another run back. They've been kind of picking away at that deficit all day as they throw high and inside. And not a bad pitch that time by the right-hander Talcott. Nothing to hit there for the number 3 hitter, Simon Schaefer. Schaefer back in. Walter set to throw. Checks both runners at first and third. One away. The pitch on the way, and this one is hit toward the shortstop Dietz. He'll get one there. The relay to first is not in time, and a run will score. They got the force down at second base, but Schaefer will reach on the fielder's choice, and Mount St. Joe closing the gap now 5-3. And here's Zach Farmer.
Now batting number 20, Zach Farmer.
Farmer 0 for 2 today, and this guy is very dangerous, so you got to be awful careful. 370 hitter coming in. And that pitch low and outside for a ball. So 3 straight innings now that Mount St. Joe's put a run on the board. Schaefer with the run driven in, 22 RBI on the year. Talcott again into the stretch and the pitch, and it's high and inside. 2 balls and no strikes. For Walter, he has not seen too much of this all season long. He's only given up 9 runs on the entire season. 6 coming in, 3 today. The pitch, and that's chopped foul. 2 balls and a strike now to Farmer. I mentioned Farmer, one of the home run leaders with 6. Elkis has 6. Two and 1 again to Farmer. Short lead by Schaefer at first, held on by Elkis. The pitch on the way is a breaking ball that stayed up high. And now 3 and 1. This is only the Second time today that Walter has had a 3-ball count on any one hitter. Here's the pitch on the way, and a good cut there by Farmer as he fouls that one into the screen. And we'll go 3-2. Run across from Mount St. Joe here in the top of the 5th inning. 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Farmer. Quakers down top of this one, 5-3. The stretch again by Talcott. And the pitch runner takes off, and that one jams him, and he'll foul it away. And Farmer able to battle here in the 5th inning. Good cut again by Farmer, and a ball that rode right in on his hands. Mount St. Joe looking for their 8th win of the conference, their 19th win overall. They've won their last 2, so they're starting to play a little better baseball right now. Runner takes off again. This one hit back up the middle. Brandon Laird behind the bag. The throw to first in time, and the threat is over here in the 5th inning. Another run by Mount St. Joe. We head to the bottom half of inning number 5. Earlham on top of this one, 5-3.
Chuck, where are you headed? Spinning's about to start.
I'm heading to CrossFit.
Isn't that for, like, the elite lifters or athletes only?
No, at FFW CrossFit, all workouts can and will be scaled to any ability level to welcome everyone.
Sounds great. I need to get out of the same old workout routine. I'm just not sure I can keep up. It seems pretty intense.
No real lifting experience is needed. FFW CrossFit teaches you everything you need to know and move at your own pace in a positive, motivating environment.
You know, I've always wanted to give it a try. I'll see you there.
Learn more at ffwcrossfit.com.
Jiffy Lube of Richmond features the Jiffy Lube Signature Service Oil Change. As much as you paid for your vehicle, keep it on the road as long as possible. The Jiffy Lube Signature Service Oil Change is more than an oil change. It's preventative maintenance to keep your car running smoothly. Jiffy Lube, 2993 East Main in Richmond. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 6, and Saturday, 8 to 5.
Earlhamites, staying connected with the college is easy thanks to your alumni office. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, access the alumni directory on Earlham's online portal, read the Earlhamite magazine, and visit us online. We're here for you. Go Quakers!
Well, Quakers go to work offensively in the bottom of the 5th inning. It's Piper, Krumloff, and Dietz all due up. Good one going here between Earlham and Mount St. Joe and Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference Baseball. Quakers looking for the sweep. They've won the series. But they're trying to keep pace now with Rose as the first pitch by Gunnell is low for a ball. Piper 1 for 2, a double and a run scored. Here's the wind and the pitch. Low and inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Piper coming in, a home run when these two teams got together the first time back on March the 22nd. This time the pitch by Gunnell in there for a strike, 2-1. Gunnell came in the 4th inning, gave up just a walk. He got a strikeout. And the pitch bouncing right in front of McCauley. And now 3 balls and a strike. Ritchie going just 3 innings today, gave up the 5 runs. No one throwing in the Earlham bullpen. They're hoping that Talcott can go the distance here today as that pitch just a little bit outside. That'll be ball 4. Now the second walk given up by Gunnell.
Now batting the catcher, number 5, Cody Krumloff.
That'll bring up Cody Krumloff. Cody 0 for 2 today. Last time up, lined out in the 3rd. Outfield straight away, Corbett, Browning, and Hunter. The stretch again by Gunnell as he'll check the run at first, and the pitch is outside for a ball. And that wind starting to pick up even a little bit more around home plate, and center field is blowing straight in center at the 390 mark. The stretch by Gannell. Here's the pitch on the way. Hit foul. Krumloff swinging at a pitch out of the strike zone. And the count is even at 1-1. One ball and one strike. Cody back in as Gannell set to throw. The pitch on the way and a swing and a miss. And now Krumloff behind a 1 ball and 2 strikes. Piper down at first. He has only attempted 1 stolen base this year. It was a successful steal. Gannell again with the pitch, and this one hit toward the second baseman. Schaefer to Hoffman. On to first, a low throw, and it is dug out by Kittle, and that'll be a double play. A 4-6-3 twin killing. And there's 2 outs, and that'll bring up Dietz. Dietz has walked twice today. Hessel has a stolen base to his credit. So now Dietz will step up with 2 outs as Gannell doing his job in relief, and there's a cut and a miss. And pitch low and outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Gannell trying to set the Quakers down here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The late kick and the pitch lifted high into center field. There is Browning on the run. He'll make the catch as that ball holding up in center. And that will do it for the Quakers here in the 5th inning. We will head to inning number 6. Quakers on top of this one, 5-3.
Hitters Hangout Academy has everything you need to train year-round to become a better player. They offer everything from cage rentals to private lessons and specialized classes. They offer hitting, infield play, outfield play, catching, pitching, strength, and agility for baseball and softball players alike. Their goal is to leave players with a better understanding of the game and to learn why they do certain things, and as always, play the game the right way. For more information, go to their website, hittershangoutacademy.com.
It's game time. The Sportsplex is now open. Get your teams together and come out for basketball, volleyball, soccer, tennis, golf, batting cages, wrestling, and much, much more. The Sportsplex also offers court rentals for your entire team to play a pickup game or to hold practices. Use our turf fields for multiple sports, including flag football, baseball fielding, and rugby. Sportsplex is open 7 days a week. Check out FamilyFitnessWorks.com for more information and current hours, or call 765-935-0111.
We will head to the top of inning number 6. Quakers on top 5-3. It'll be Hunter, Kittle, and Pash all due up now for Mount St. Joe. Walter back out for another inning of work, and so far he's given up 3 runs through the first 5 innings. Hunter is 1 for 2, a run scored back in the 4th. Quakers essentially going down in order for the first time today thanks to that double play in the bottom of the 5th inning as Walter's first pitch is a fastball in there for a strike. And the Mount St. Joe crowd didn't like that call. They thought that was too high. Walter gets the side. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Big cut by Hunter. And now Hunter quickly behind it 0-2. The 0-2 delivery. 1-2-3 inning. He's given up a run in each of the last 3. Kittle singled in the 4th. He tried to score on that base hit by McCauley to make it a 2-run 4th inning. That pitch low and outside for a ball. 1-0 now to Kittle. Kittle grounded out back in the 2nd inning, so he's 1 for 2. Here's your 1-0 pitch on the way. That's off the glove of the pitcher Talcott, the second baseman Laird to first. That's a 1-4-3 putout. And 2 away here in the 6th inning. Walter got just a piece of leather on that one, slowed it down for Brennan Laird. Here is Tyler Pash. He's 0 for 2. Pash, the junior out of Nicholasville, Kentucky. The pitch is a called strike. Talcott has not had a easy inning since back in the 2nd. Does he go around? They say he does not. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's your 1-1 pitch. Outside, 2-1. Quakers scored in the first 3 innings, and then Mount St. Joe scored 3 through 5. The 2-1 delivery is in there for a strike, and we'll go even at 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes as Pash back in, and Talcott ready to throw. And the break-even pitch on the way, popped him up, shallow center. Coming in will be Bailey, and Bailey on the run, and he dropped it. So Bailey unable to come up with that one, and that'll be a Quaker error, and that'll bring up a collie. Well, Earlham's defense not helping out Walter so far here today, though it's unofficially, or I should say officially, just 2 errors. But you go back to that fly ball by Corbett. They got him a double, a bloop double back in the 3rd inning. That eventually scored a run. Here's McCauley. He is 1 for 2. He singled in the 4th inning. And the first pitch on the way is a called strike. So now Mount St. Joe with a runner on base again. They've had runners on base in all but 1 inning. That was back in the 2nd. The stretch again by Talcott and the pitch. Breaking ball low and outside. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Ash is not much of a stolen base threat down at first, so Walter can go ahead and work right here on McCauley. The pitch, grounded toward Dietz. And a soft toss to first, and that will do it for Mount St. Joe here in the 6th inning. Quakers get an error, but no damage done from there as we move to the bottom half of inning number 6. Quakers on top of this one, 5-3.
There's only one place to go on the World Wide Web to find the best automotive deals. Wetzelauto.com. One of the area's largest inventories all in one spot. Wetzelauto.com. Here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Wetzelauto.com. New and used vehicles, service, parts, body shop, and rental. Plus, value your trade. It's easy to navigate. It's convenient. Wetzelauto.com. It's clickin' awesome.
For over a century, Richmond Power & Light has been providing safe, reliable energy to the citizens and businesses of Richmond and the surrounding area. Through their dedicated and talented employees, Richmond Power & Light is advancing their tradition of exceptional service through new technology, training, and efficiency in everything they do. For more information on Richmond Power & Light, go to their website at rp-l.com. Richmond Power & Light. Together, we make powerful partners.
Head to the bottom half of inning number 6. It'll be Barger, Lynch, and Bailey all due up. Earlham on top of this one, 5-3. Quakers have been shut out over their last couple of innings after picking up a run in the first, 3 more in the second, and then another run in the third. Matt Barger, 1 for 1, a run scored. He's driven in a run. He also walked today. So Barger's been on base twice. Well, Gunnell, so far, he has done his job in the 2 innings. He's given up a couple of walks, but that has been it. The right-hander set to throw. Bunt laid down third base side, but foul. Quakers have not managed a base hit off Gunnell yet. The walk by Smalling, and then Piper led off with a walk in the 5th inning before the double play got Gunnell out of any further trouble, and that pitch hitting right in front of McCauley. Count is now even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's your 1-1 pitch. Bunt again. This one right back to the pitcher. Comes off the mound and throws to first. A strong throw and a bang-bang play will get Barger. So there's 1 away. And that'll bring up Nate Lynch. Probably not a bad idea by Barger, but a little bit too hard with Gunnell coming off the mound the way he was. Lynch has been on base all 3 times today. A couple of base hits. He scored a couple of runs. He's also picked up a stolen base. Now they're looking, this is Mount St. Joe, a meeting on the mound. Let's see if they're going to make a pitching change right here. Though again, Gunnell has done his job, and that's it for him today. So we have a pitching change for Mount St. Joe. We'll tell you about the new pitcher coming up in a moment. This is Earlham Baseball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Maybe you haven't heard, but there's a place in Richmond's Depot District that's better than being home. Little Sheba's is a lot like the bar in that 80s TV show Cheers. You know, where everybody knows your name. Come on down after the game on Fridays and join us for pizza. We're here till 11. Or grab some of your friends and try out a game of live trivia Thursday nights at 6:30. If you love live music, Little Sheba's features some of the very best every weekend. Where else are you going to find this kind of variety, along with some of the best food and friends in town? Little Sheba's in Richmond's Depot District. It really is better than being home.
Do you need help taking care of your car? I know my family does. That's why we take our vehicles to Beach Automotive in Richmond. We've been relying on Brad and his crew for years, and they always take good care of us without breaking the bank. For great auto service, stop by Beach Automotive at 110 East Main. Give them a call at 966-8181 or go to their website at beach-auto.com.
Mancino's Pizza and Grinders, the very best in pizza and grinders. We use only the highest quality meats, cheeses, and vegetables. It's impossible not to taste the difference. Every morning we bake our bread to ensure our customers the freshest sandwiches. Mancino's offers more than grinders. They also have fantastic specialty pizzas and salads. Stop by for lunch, dinner, or after the game. Mancino's, 217 National Road West in Richmond. The taste of quality you expect.
Well, the left-hander now going for Mount St. Joe. This will be Mike Hilliard. This is now his 11th appearance, 7 1/3 innings, giving up 5 hits, 8 runs, 7 earned, 9 strikeouts, and 13 walks. He is 1-0 on the year with an ERA of 8.59. Third pitcher used now by the Lions here today, and for Hilliard, his first hitter will be Nate Lynch, so they'll go lefty-lefty here with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th inning. But again, Lynch has not been an easy out today. A couple of base hits and a run scored. Farmer coming in at third as Hilliard set to throw on the pitch is a called strike. Lynch showing bunt. Nate has scored 2 of the Quakers' 5 runs as that pitch way outside. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Farmer's going to stay in front of the bag down at third. As Hilliard gets the sign, the late kick and the pitch, and he misses way outside again, 2-1, and he hasn't been close with the last 2 pitches. 2 balls and a strike now to Lynch. Hilliard with the 2-1 delivery, and he missed high and outside again, 3-1. Well, maybe not a good move after what you saw in the last 2 innings. When Gunnell sent the Quakers down other than just the 2 walks, and that pitch way outside, that'll be ball 4. So Hilliard unable to do his job, and we're going to go back to the mound, and looks like another pitching change. So the lefty, Hilliard, unable to do his job, and he is done after a short day of work. And we have another pitcher now for Mount St. Joe. We'll tell you about that new pitcher in a moment. Quakers on top of this one, 5-3.
The dealership where I bought my car told me I needed new tires. So, of course, I stopped by Best One and asked Roger to take a look. So they checked it out, and he told me not yet. He said I was good for at least another 10,000 miles. I've always gotten an honest opinion at Best One, and so will you.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark at Best One Tire and Service. We'll only sell you tires when you need new tires, and they'll be the right tires for your car or truck. I guarantee it.
Best One Tire and Service, North 7th and A, Uptown Richmond.
Are new cabinets on your wish list? Visit the new Georgia Direct showroom and see the great variety of cabinets on display in a modern setting. Georgia Direct carries quality craft-made one cabinets, and the new showroom has plenty of styles and colors on display. In Richmond, craft-made one is only available at Georgia Direct, where the designers are always on hand to help create a custom kitchen for your home. Visit Georgia Direct's new showroom on 40 East, next to Red Lobster. You'll love what you see, and you'll love the savings at Georgia Direct.
Well, Mount St. Joe back to their bullpen. Ethan Bunnell. Bunnell making his 7th appearance. He has thrown only 6 2/3 innings, giving up 5 hits, 4 runs, just 1 earned run, 8 strikeouts, and 4 walks in those 6 2/3 innings. No record on the year and a ERA of 1.35. So Mount St. Joe going deep into their bullpen, though they have now thrown 2 straight pitchers out there with very few innings. Quakers have a man on here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And Nate Lynch already a stolen base today, looking now for number 12. And Ethan Bailey looking for his first base hit. He is 0 for 3 this afternoon. We go back to the Defiance games on Saturday, and I'll even mention the one on Friday. How many runners the Quakers left on base? They want to certainly stop that trend as the throw goes to first. Not as bad today, but still you have 2 runners left on base in scoring position in the 1st and 2nd. They haven't had many opportunities now over the last 2 innings. Runner first takes off. This one is chopped foul as Ethan Bailey had that one right in on his hands. And Lynch probably would have had the stolen base. He got a great jump down at first. So no balls and a strike now to Bailey. Lynch has been on base now all 4 times today. But now we'll throw to first, not in time. Now the right-hander throwing in the Mount St. Joe bullpen. I would anticipate that they may go there again. They went short term with the left-hander, and now another right-hander back in against a predominantly right-handed batting order here today. Nate Lynch, the only left-hander in the entire lineup here this afternoon for the Quakers. As Bunnell again will throw to first, and he's got a lot of attention right now on Nate Lynch. Bunnell, a freshman out of Cincinnati. They have a lot of players out of the Cincinnati area, as you would expect, and another throw to first, not in time. No balls and a strike now to Bailey, as Bailey waiting to look at another pitch. And Bunnell into the stretch. Runner takes off. The pitch high and inside. The throw down to second. And a collision there, but not in time. And Hoffman coming over as well as Schaefer. And it was Schaefer, the second baseman, who took the brunt of that one. And so now Nate Lynch with his second stolen base. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Bailey. And the Quakers now have a runner in scoring position. Bailey has flown out all 3 times here today. Schaefer again close to the bag at second. Big hole on the right side. The stretch by Bunnell and the pitch right underneath the chin. 2 balls and a strike. And now the catcher McCauley out to talk with the freshman Bunnell, and Hoffman will come in as well from short. And I would believe that right now Hoffman coming in just to let the freshman Bunnell know that we're going to keep an eye on the runner at second and Nate Lynch. As for McCauley, he's just trying to really settle the freshman down here now that he's fallen behind at 2 balls and a strike. So Bailey back in, and Bunnell set to throw. Lynch with the lead down at second. Here's the stretch, and the pitch on the way to the plate, grounded foul to the left side. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Bailey. Earlham trying to build on a 5-3 lead. Lynch, and again, a big lead down at second base. Keep an eye on Schaefer. The stretch by Bunnell. The check of the runner and the pitch way outside. That gets by McCauley. That'll be a wild pitch. And so Lynch, for the second time he's been on base, has forced a pitcher into a wild pitch. And now the count 3 balls and 2 strikes and a runner down at third. And that's what speed on the base paths can do for you. They really make the pitcher concentrate more on what's going on out there instead of throwing strikes at the plate. The infield now coming in. The pitch coming in and hits him. So Bailey will take one for the team. He'll head on down to first, and that'll bring up Brandon Laird. Well, now you have to wonder if taking out the one pitcher who's been effective in Nick Gunnell was the right thing to do. So now you have runners at first and third. 1 away, and right now if you're Mount St. Joe, you're looking for a ground ball right here to possibly get you out of the inning. Laird 1 for 3. Struck out looking his last time up, though it was a pitch that looked like it was outside. Laird has driven in a couple of runs here today. Infield will be back once again with a chance for a double play. The stretch by Bunnell. Runner takes off. This one poked to right field. This could be trouble. That's going to be foul ball, as that one was fouled by maybe inches. Hard to tell from here, but it was awful close to the line, and the home plate umpire was the one to make the call. So now Laird down on the count of no balls and a strike. And boy, I tell you what, that definitely, you had the runner taking off in Ethan Bailey at first. He definitely would have been at third. Lynch would have scored easily from third. It would have been a 6-3 ball game. But now Bunnell going to work here on Laird, comes inside and he fouls it off. No balls and 2 strikes now to Laird. Lynch down at third, Bailey's at first. We'll see if Bailey's off and running again right here. Bunnell gets the sign from McCauley. And a throw to first, and they knew that there was a possibility that Bailey would go. That wind has picked up a little bit more as it blows straight in from center field. That'll keep fly balls hung up in the air. The stretch by Bunnell. And the runner takes off. This one popped up to the right side and out of play. So we will stay at no balls and 2 strikes to Brennan Laird. Bailey again got a pretty good jump down at first base, and I would imagine for Bunnell, he's got to look again at first before he throws the next pitch, because I would imagine, again, Bailey's ready to take off one more time. Time called. No balls and 2 strikes. Bunnell, a long look now to McCauley. Works into the stretch. Runner takes off again, pitch low and outside, and McCauley, there was nothing he could do. So now the Quakers with runners at second and third. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Laird. Base hit to the right side will score them both. Laird has driven in a couple of runs today. As now Bunnell, infield coming in here at the last moment. Here's the pitch, and this one chopped foul. And we will stay at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Interesting maneuver that time. We've seen that now twice by Mount St. Joe. They don't bring the infield in right away. They kind of jog in, but now they're going to come in and stay there. 1-2. Bunnell trying to get out of trouble here in the 6th inning. The pitch. Breaking ball, and that one off the front foot of Brennan Laird as he fouls it away. And we're going to stay right there at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lynch at third, Bailey at second. Laird back up after walking off that foul ball off that front foot. Bunnell will have the infield in once again. The pitch. Way outside. Count now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Let's go 1-7.
One out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's been a long at bat right here for Brennan Laird. And Bunnell. The pitch. It's inside. And a full count. This is the 4th pitcher used today by Mount St. Joe. They started with Austin Ritchie. He lasted 3. Nick Gunnell had a couple of solid innings other than the 2 walks, and they lifted him. And since then, as time is called by Brennan Laird, they have really struggled with the last 2 pitchers. Here's the stretch and the payoff pitch on the way, and it's high and inside for a ball, and the base is now loaded for Brandon Smalling.
Like the last few nights, we've been everywhere and back, but I just can't remember.
Smalling a base hit in the 1st inning. He is 1 for 2. He is also walked.
With bases loaded, now batting the 3rd baseman, number 23, Brandon Smalling.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mount St. Joe, they're going to go back to their bullpen again. They may run out of pitchers today. Another pitching change for Mount St. Joe. We'll tell you about it coming up in a moment. Quakers on top of this one, 5-3.
There are banks that are big, and then there's West End Bank. A bank with big ideas to help people, business, and industry. If you're just starting out on your own and want a new car, West End can help. Maybe it's your first home and you need advice on financing. West End Bank has ideas to help you. West End Bank, helping build better lives and a better community. West End Bank is a community bank with big ideas and home to a distinctive style of banking. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Reynolds Plumbing, the area's leader in residential and commercial plumbing. Fast, friendly, 24-hour emergency service. You name it, they can fix it. Whether it's installation, remodeling, sump pumps, well pumps, water heaters, or sewer camera service, they now have service on heating and air conditioning. Give them a call at 966-0994 for free estimates. Reynolds Plumbing, 198 South 2nd Street in Richmond.
Alums, want to connect with the college and your fellow Earlham alumni? Attend an alumni event. Our office is always organizing events locally and around the country and on campus during homecoming and reunion weekend. For information on upcoming events, visit earlham.edu/alumni. We hope to see you soon.
Another right-hander now for Mount St. Joe. They will go with Jacob Gunnell. Nick Gunnell, his brother. Numbers a little bit better than Nick, though Nick did pitch well today. 21 innings, 14 hits. He has given up so far this year 9 runs, 4 earned, 28 strikeouts, and 20 walks. 1-0 on the year with an ERA of 1.71. And so for Mount St. Joe, back to their bullpen, and Brandon Smalling a chance to really break this game wide open. The bases loaded here in the bottom of the 6th inning and just 1 away. So Jacob Gunnell getting his final warm-up tosses in. Here we go.
I just can't remember it all. What am I doing? What am I doing? Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm going big. I'm going big.
Infield will stay at normal depth with an opportunity. Not only do you have the force out at any base, you're hoping for a ground ball, a sharply hit ground ball, and give you a chance to get a double play and get out of this inning. So now the Mount St. Joe bullpen is quiet. They've, again, run out their 4th reliever here today. Here's the stretch by Gunnell, and the pitch is up high for a ball. After getting Barger, the leadoff here in the 6th inning, Nate Lynch walked. Bailey hit by a pitch. Laird with the walk. A couple of stolen bases mixed in there as well. But now it's up to Smalling. Gunnell into the stretch, and the pitch on the way, and it's low and inside for a ball, 2-0. Jacob, another one of those players we'd mentioned out of Hamilton, Ohio. 2 balls and no strikes. The stretch and the pitch, and it's inside for ball 3. And if you're Smalling, you're taking all the way right here. Elkis standing on deck. Quakers on top 5-3. The stretch again by Gunnell. And the pitch on the way outside. Wow. 3-1. Now to Smalling. That pitch way outside. That was like what we saw with Brennan Laird earlier. Here's your 3-1 pitch. This one hit into right center field. That's going to fall in for extra bases. Lynch will score. Bailey will score. Laird rounding third. They'll hold him there. And Smalling with a double, driving in 2 runs. And the Quakers now lead this one 7-3.
The first baseman, number 19.
Smalling now with 3 runs driven in on the day. Here's Elkis. Chance to add more. Elkis hit by a pitch back in the 1st inning. He is 0 for 2. He is lined out and grounded out. Infield back in is Gunnell's pitch, missing low and inside for a ball. So now the middle of that Quaker order doing their job with Laird and Smalling driving in runs here this afternoon. Time called now by Elkis. One ball and no strikes. Elkis back in as Gunnell set to throw. And the pitch on the way. Breaking ball hit hard but foul down the left field line. Elkis now 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 runs across here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And maybe more coming if Gunnell can't get out of this inning. It's pretty much up to him right now as the right-hander set to throw and the fastball is up high. 2 balls and a strike. Elkis came into this one here today, second on the team in runs driven in. Leads the team in home runs with 6. And the big first baseman back in as Gunnell set to throw and the pitch on the way, and a big cut right there by Elkis. 2 balls and 2 strikes just underneath that one. Elkis back in as Gunnell with the infield in, runners at second and third. Still just 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The pitch on the way and another big cut by Elkis. And the count 2-2 after a home run cut again by Eric. Another long half inning of rest for Talcott, the starting pitcher for the Quakers. Gunnell into the stretch. And the pitch on the way. Jammed him, and he got just a piece of it to stay alive. So we will stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Long look again by Gunnell. He works into the stretch. And the pitch on the way, and he got him. Boy, Elkis battling, and he finally succumbed to Gunnell. So there's 2 away. And that'll bring up Joe Piper. Piper doubling and scoring back in the 3rd.
The right fielder, number 38, Joe Piper.
So 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and once again, Gunnell will go to work on Piper. Runners at second and third. The stretch by Gunnell and the pitch, and this one hit hard. Diving the shortstop, Hoffman. He picks it up, throws to first, and got the out. Great defensive play by Hoffman to end the inning as the Quakers leave 2 on base, but they pick up 2, and we will now move to the top of the 7th inning. Earlham on top of this one, 7-3.
Are you looking for a quality used car you can trust to take you where you want to go? Stop at Tony's Car Sales at 250 National Road West. Tony's has a top-of-the-line selection of low-mileage, one-owner cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs, all handpicked by Mike and Adrian Parker. Tony's is family-owned with 3 generations and 60 years of experience. Check out their selection at Tony'sCarSales.com or at 250 National Road West. Tony's Car Sales, where honesty, quality, and price sell cars.
It's game time. The Sportsplex is now open. Get your teams together and come out for basketball, volleyball, soccer, tennis, golf, batting cages, wrestling, and much, much more. The Sportsplex also offers court rentals for your entire team to play a pickup game or to hold practices. Use our turf fields for multiple sports, including flag football, baseball fielding, and rugby. Sportsplex is open 7 days a week. Check out FamilyFitnessWorks.com for more information and current hours, or call 765-935-0111.
Students, the Earlham College Alumni Council is happy to support you in many ways, like working at career events and providing funding for student summer research with faculty. It won't be long until you're alumni yourselves, so look for them when they're on campus. They're one of your best resources for information about life after Earlham.
We will head to the top of inning number 7. It's Corbett, Browning, and Hoffman all due up. And Walter got quite a rest in a long half inning for the Quakers. Corbett doubled in the 3rd inning, scored a run. He flew out in the 5th inning. He is 1 for 2. So a little more run support now for Talcott as he's ready to go to work on the number 9 hitter. And the first pitch on the way is hit hard toward the third baseman as Smalling bobbles that one, and he will be charged with an error on the first pitch here in the 7th inning. So a man on now for the Lions, and that'll bring up Browning at the top of the order.
At bat, the center fielder, number 10, Nick Browning.
Browning 2 for 3, including a double and a run scored in the 5th. Quakers have committed a couple of errors here today, 3 officially. Here as we move along in the 7th inning, Walter's first pitch is up high for a ball. I mentioned when we talked about in the pregame with Coach Sack, he wants Walter to go deep into this one. If he can possibly give you a complete game, that's even better. As that pitch high and outside, 2-0. Earlham wanting to save their bullpen if they can for this weekend. Tomorrow, certainly a non-conference matchup, not as important. Quick snap throw to first, not in time. Walter looking into Krumloff, gets the sign. Short lead at first by Corbett. Here's the stretch and the pitch. And it's low and outside. 3 balls and a strike. Walter has yet to walk a batter today. He has not had a strikeout since he got Farmer back in the 4th inning. The pitch. That's in there for a strike as Browning taking all the way. Three and one now to Browning. Walter again will check the runner at first. The stretch. Here's the delivery on the way, and he missed him low. There's your first walk of the ball game. And now runners at first and second, and now we'll see a right-hander starting to warm up in the Earlham bullpen as that'll bring up Hoffman. Hoffman is 0 for 3, reached on an error back in the 5th inning. So now the Lions with runners at first and second. No outs here in the top of the 7th inning. You'll see Krumloff with a series of signs for the Quaker defense. And now Smalling, a step in front of the bag down at third. Let's see what's on the mind of Hoffman right here. The stretch and the pitch. He shows bunt third base side and bunts it foul. So Hoffman down on the count of no balls and a strike. Seven runs, 6 hits, and 3 errors for the Quakers today. 3, 7, and 2. Not the cleanest of games defensively by either one of these two teams. Talcott again into the stretch, checks the runner at second, and now will throw back to second. Walter once again ready to throw as he looks into Krumloff, gets the sign. Runners will get their leads. The stretch and the pitch, and a breaking ball could be 2. Dietz to Laird on to first, And you get the double play. Corbett advancing to third, but a nice routine ground ball right to Dietz. So a 6-4-3 double play, 2 away, and here's Schaefer.
Simon Schaefer.
Schaefer 1 for 3, a single back in the first inning. Walter will continue to work from the stretch, and the pitch on the way is high and inside, ball 1. So now Corbett down at third. Walter again will check the runner, comes home with a pitch. Hit foul. That'll even the count of 1 ball and 1 strike. Schaefer back in, an RBI here today, as well as the pitch is low for a ball, 2-1. Well, if you're Mount St. Joe, you're knowing that runner down at third, very important as we continue to get later into this one. The pitch is up high, 3-1. We mentioned there's a right-hander throwing in the Earlham bullpen. Might be Matt Mathias, the sophomore out of Lagodi. Here's the pitch on the way, inside corner for strike 2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes and 2 away. So Howie Smith and Mathias both throwing in the bullpen. And right now Walter trying to get the final pitch across the plate right here, and the breaking ball got him looking. Schaefer knew it too, and that will do it for Mount St. Joe here in the 7th. We will head to the bottom half of inning number 7. Quakers on top of this one, 7-3.
Hitters Hangout Academy has everything you need to train year-round to become a better player. They offer everything from cage rentals to private lessons and specialized classes. They offer hitting, infield play, outfield play, catching, pitching, strength, and agility for baseball and softball players alike. Their goal is to leave players with a better understanding of the game and to learn why they do certain things, and as always, play the game the right way. For more information, go to their website, hittershangoutacademy.com. Jiffy Lube of Richmond features the Jiffy Lube Signature Service Oil Change. As much as you paid for your vehicle, keep it on the road as long as possible. The Jiffy Lube Signature Service Oil Change is more than an oil change. It's preventative maintenance to keep your car running smoothly. Jiffy Lube, 2993 East Main in Richmond. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 6, and Saturday, 8 to 5.
Earlham alumni, do you think your Earlham experience ended when you graduated? No way. Your alumni council works to keep alumni connected to the college and to represent the alumni through outreach activities on campus. Interested in joining? Contact the alumni office.
Well, Quakers on top of this one, 7-3 as we move to the bottom half of the 7th inning. It's Krumloff, Dietz, and Barger, and now we wait and see if Walter's day is done. We mentioned that defense behind him certainly wasn't its strongest of the day. They committed 3 errors. Krumloff 0 for 3. And he'll step in as Gunnell, the right-hander, set to throw, and the pitch is on the way, and that one bouncing away from McCauley. And the count 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the wind and the 1-0. Fly ball right field. Hunter will make the catch, and there's one away. Here's Drew Dietz. Dietz walked his first 2 times at the plate, flew out back in the 5th inning. Dietz again filling in at shortstop for the injured Thomas Ray. That one best strikes. Here's the pitch on the way. Caught that inside corner. And we're even to the count at 1-1. Gunnell set to throw as that one kind of a half swing that time by Dietz. He's able to foul it off. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And now the 1-2 pitch on the way, chopped foul. Dietz back in, and here's the pitch. Up high for a ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now the break-even pitch on the way, and it's low. 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Dietz. Quakers on top, 7-3 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And again, Gunnell gets the sign, and the payoff pitch, ground ball left side. That'll get through. Dietz on base for the time. And here's Matt Barger. Barger doubled and scored in the 2nd, walked in the 3rd, and then grounded out in the 6th inning. Quakers have had base runners in all 7 innings here tonight. Here's gets a stolen base here tonight as well. Dietz is now a perfect 6 of 6 in the stolen base department. The stretch by Gunnell, and here's the pitch. High and inside. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Gunnell into the stretch and a quick throw to first. Again, a throw to first. Dietz was leaning, but he's back in time. Kittle thought he had the out. Pretty good move that time by Jacob Gunnell. We'll stay at 1 ball and 1 strike now to Barger. The stretch by Gunnell. And the pitch on the way to the plate, grounded right back to Gunnell. He'll throw to second. That's Hoffman on to first, double play, and that'll do it for the Quakers here in the 7th. We head to the 8th. Earlham on top of this one, 7-3.
There's a place in Richmond's Depot District that's better than being home. Little Sheba's is a lot like the bar in that 80s TV show where everybody knows your name. Come on down after the game on Fridays and join us for pizza. We're here till 11. Or grab some friends and come play live trivia Thursday nights at 6:30. If you love live music, Little Sheba's features some of the very best every weekend. Where else can you find this kind of variety along with some of the best food and friends in town? Little Sheba's in Richmond's Depot District. It really is better than being home.
Hey, Chuck, where you headed? Spinning's about to start.
I'm heading to CrossFit.
Isn't that for, like, the elite lifters or athletes only?
No, at FFW CrossFit, all workouts can and will be scaled to any ability level to welcome everyone.
Sounds great. I need to get out of the same old workout routine. I'm just not sure I can keep up. It seems pretty intense.
No real lifting experience is needed. FFW CrossFit teaches you everything you need to know and move at your own pace in a positive, motivating environment.
You know, I've always wanted to give it a try. I'll see you there.
Learn more at ffwcrossfit.com.
Earlham alumni, do you think your Earlham experience ended when you graduated? No way. Your alumni council works to keep alumni connected to the college and to represent the alumni through outreach activities on campus. Interested in joining? Contact the alumni office.
Back once again here at Randall R. Sadler Stadium. Quakers on top of this one, 7-3. It'll be Farmer, Hunter, and Kittle all due up, and Talcott back in for another inning of work for the Quakers. Time will be called. Rose, by the way, they're winning their contest at Franklin 8-0. Manchester beat Anderson already today 4-1. Breaking ball hit well into left field. Barger back to the warning track, will reach up and make the catch, and there's one away. And he just took extra bases away from Zach Farmer in left field. Nice play by Barger. So with one away, that'll bring up Nathan Hunter.
Batting number 6, Nathan Hunter.
That might have been the best hit ball of the day by Mount St. Joe. Hunter is 1 for 3. So with Manchester winning, they're now 10-6. Rose-Hulman winning big late in that one, so we'll just assume that they are going to move to 12-3. As Walters pitches outside for a ball. Anderson falling to 7-8. That's a big loss for them. There's a swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Hunter. Franklin 6-10. They're pretty much, I wouldn't say out of it, but they're getting close. 2 balls and a strike now to Hunter. But that separation really starting to continue. But again, we keep an eye on Defiance and what they're doing tonight on the road at Bluffton. Walter's next pitch on the way is up high, 3-1. One away here in the top of the 8th inning. They're hoping, I would imagine, Walter getting through the toughest part of this order. Talcott with the leg kick and the pitch, and he lost him. So a man on here in the 8th inning, and that'll bring up Kyle Kittle. Earlham pulls this one out. They'll improve
Now
to
batting number 12,
11-6. Transylvania not playing tonight. They'd be a half game back. Popped him up. Let's see if Smalling has a play, as this one will hit on top of the Mount St. Joe dugout. So Kittle behind it, no balls and a strike. Well, Anderson losing tonight, that'll be a even bigger series for them coming in on Friday and Saturday, knowing that they're pretty much going to have to sweep the Quakers to get themselves right back in position. They're fighting for that number 4 spot, and they would be nearly 3 games out of that 4th position. The 0-1, chopped foul. 0-2 now to Kittle. It's going to take a lot for a Franklin to battle their way back into it. Though they can play spoiler, we've already seen that this season. The stretch and the 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed, and Kittle strikes out. Nice pitch by the freshman right-hander Talcott. So 2 away here in the 8th inning. And that'll bring up Tyler Pash.
With 2 outs, now batting number 24, Tyler Pash.
Pash 0 for 2, I should say 0 for 3. Did reach on an error in the 6th inning. That error on Bailey in center. This one looped into right field. And the second baseman, Laird, his throw to first, not in time. But a heck of a try that time by Laird, and the ball not hit that hard to the right side. Pash will get credit for an infield base hit. Now runners at first and second, and here's McCauley.
Ryan McCauley.
McCauley 1 for 3, had a base hit back in the 4th inning. This race is becoming almost a 5-team race, and again, whatever happens this weekend with Earlham and Anderson, they could climb back into it. Here's the pitch, and that one hits him. Well, that'll warrant a visit, and we may see a change right here as Steve Saka sits making his way to the mound, and they'll go to the bullpen. So the bases are loaded here for Mount St. Joe. We'll tell you about the new Earlham pitcher coming up in just a moment. This is Earlham Baseball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
There's only one place to go on the World Wide Web to find the best automotive deals. Wetzelauto.com. One of the area's largest inventories all in one spot. Wetzelauto.com. Here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Wetzelauto.com. New and used vehicles, service, parts, body shop, and rental. Plus, value your trade. It's easy to navigate. It's convenient. Wetzelauto.com. It's clickin' awesome.
For over a century, Richmond Power & Light has been providing safe, reliable energy to the citizens and businesses of Richmond and the surrounding area. Through their dedicated and talented employees, Richmond Power & Light is advancing their tradition of exceptional service through new technology, training, and efficiency in everything they do. For more information on Richmond Power & Light, go to their website at rp-l.com. Richmond Power & Light. Together, we make powerful partners.
Well, the Quakers head to their bullpen for the first time today as Talcott is done after 7 2/3 innings. And Matt Mathias will be making his 8th appearance, 13 innings, giving up 21 hits, 9 runs, 8 earned, 9 strikeouts, and 2 walks. Mathias 2-0 on the year with an ERA of 5.54. So the right-hander coming in, and Walter again, another excellent performance here tonight. He stands to pick up his 7th win of the year. Walter may have just run out of gas here in the 8th inning. By the way, if he does go on to get the decision here tonight, it will tie a season record for the Quakers in a single season with those 7 wins. So a chance for a milestone mark here tonight for Walter Talcott. Here's Corbett. Picked up a double back in the 3rd inning. Bases loaded, and Mathias with the pitch, and a swing and a miss. Big cut there by the number 9 hitter, Corbett. Mount St. Joe down by 4, and they're trying to get a run right here. Popped up foul. Big cut that time by Corbett. No balls and 2 strikes. See if Mathias can get the final out here at the top of the 8th inning. And Quakers go back to work offensively in the top of their order in the 9th. Or I should say in the bottom of the 8th inning. Here's the stretch in the 0-2 pitch. Got him fishing for that one. They'll just step on the bag, and that'll do it. So Mathias does his job as Mount St. Joe will leave the bases loaded. We will head now to the bottom half of the 8th. Quakers on top of this one, 7-3.
Are new cabinets on your wish list? Visit the new Georgia Direct showroom and see the great variety of cabinets on display in a modern setting. Georgia Direct carries quality craft-made one cabinets, and the new showroom has plenty of styles and colors on display. In Richmond, craft-made one is only available at Georgia Direct, where the designers are always on hand to help create a custom kitchen for your home. Visit Georgia Direct's new showroom on 40 East, next to Red Lobster. You'll love what you see, and you'll love the savings at Georgia Direct.
Mancino's Pizza and Grinders, the very best in pizza and grinders. We use only the highest quality meats, cheeses, and vegetables. It's impossible not to taste the difference. Every morning we bake our bread to ensure our customers the freshest sandwiches. Mancino's offers more than grinders. They also have fantastic specialty pizzas and salads. Stop by for lunch, dinner, or after the game. Mancino's, 217 National Road West in Richmond. The taste of quality you expect.
Alums, want to connect with the college and your fellow Earlham alumni? Attend an alumni event. Our office is always organizing events locally and around the country and on campus during homecoming and reunion weekend. For information on upcoming events, visit earlham.edu/alumni. We hope to see you soon.
Well, Matthias doing his job as he gets the final out of that 8th inning, and that'll be Lynch, Bailey, and Laird all due up as we move to the bottom half of inning number 8. Lynch has been on base all 4 times today. A single, reached on an error, another single and a walk. He has scored 3 runs. He has stolen 2 bases. So he has been huge at the top of the Earlham order here today as Gunnell set to throw, and the pitch on the way is low and outside for a ball. Farmer will try to take the bunt away as he plays in close at third. Gunnell gets the sign from McCauley, and it's hit foul. McCauley setting up on the outside corner. And the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Check swing off the glove of McCauley. We'll go to 2 balls and a strike. We look at Lynch's on-base percentage at .473. That's going to go up today with being on base all 4 times. Here's your 2-1. Low and outside, 3-1. Three balls and a strike as Gunnell set to go to work. He'll get the sign from McCauley. And the pitch on the way, and that's a called strike. So full count now to Nate Lynch. Here's the payout pitch on the way, grounded back up the middle. Hoffman behind the bag, the throw to first in time, and there's one away. And that'll bring up Ethan Bailey. Bailey 0 for 3 was hit by a pitch in the 6th inning. He did steal a base, and he scored one of the 2 runs in that 6th inning.
Ethan Bailey.
So 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning as Gunnell set to throw, and the pitch is low for a ball. Gunnell gets the sign from McCauley. The pitch on the way, low and outside. 2 balls and no strikes. And the 2-0 delivery on the way is outside, 3-0. Right now, Mount St. Joe cannot afford to give up anything else. Down by 4 runs. Top of their order will be up in the 9th inning. The pitch, low and inside, and a 1-out walk given up to Bailey. And here's Brendan Laird. And we have another visit to the mound. And we might have another change, and this is going to come from somebody in the field. It appears that Zach Wagner is trotting out on the field, and is he going to take over at second base? So Wagner will go to second for Schaefer. And another pitching change now for Mount St. Joe. We'll tell you who the new pitcher is coming up in just a moment. Stay right there. This is Earlham Baseball, Radio Troy Digital Sports.
There are banks that are big, and then there's West End Bank. A bank with big ideas to help people, business, and industry. If you're just starting out on your own and want a new car, West End can help. Maybe it's your first home and you need advice on financing. West End Bank has ideas to help you. West End Bank, helping build better lives and a better community. West End Bank is a community bank with big ideas and home to a distinctive style of banking. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Reynolds Plumbing, the area's leader in residential and commercial plumbing. Fast, friendly, 24-hour emergency service. You name it, they can fix it. Whether it's installation, remodeling, sump pumps, well pumps, water heaters, or sewer camera service, they now have service on heating and air conditioning. Give them a call at 966-0994 for free estimates. Reynolds Plumbing, 198 South 2nd Street in Richmond.
There's a place in Richmond's Depot District that's better than being home. Little Sheba's is a lot like the bar in that 80s TV show where everybody knows your name. Come on down after the game on Fridays and join us for pizza. We're here till 11. Or grab some friends and come play live trivia Thursday nights at 6:30. If you love live music, Little Sheba's features some of the very best every weekend. Where else can you find this kind of variety along with some of the best food and friends in town? Little Sheba's in Richmond's Depot District. It really is better than being home.
Students, the Earlham College Alumni Council is happy to support you in many ways, like working at career events and providing funding for student summer research with faculty. It won't be long until you're alumni yourselves, so look for them when they're on campus. They're one of your best resources for information about life after Earlham.
Well, all kinds of changes here for Mount St. Joe. By the way, the new pitcher is Farmer, the right-hander. He moves in onto the mound as that pitch is low and outside for a ball. Wagner moves in at second base. Schaefer is now at third here for Mount St. Joe. 1 ball and no strikes. As once again Laird at the plate. The pitch outside corner for a strike, even in the count at 1-1. So again, Farmer is the new right-hander. Farmer will throw to first, and boy, if the throw is on the mark, they may get Bailey. Zach Farmer making his 6th appearance, 4 1/3 innings, 4 runs, 2 hits, both, or I should say 2 runs, both earned. He's given up 5 strikeouts and 4 walks. No record, and an ERA of 4.15, and another throw to first not in time. Mount St. Joe has gone as deep into their bullpen as we have seen anybody all year long. Laird pops this one up to the right and out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Schaefer again moves from second over to third base. Wagner comes in the ball game as the new second baseman. As the throw to first once again. And then Farmer moves from third to pitcher. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Game that is coming close to being 3 hours. All these changes. And again, a throw to first not in time. The stretch by Farmer. The pitch, runner takes off, and that one's hit foul. We'll stay at 1-2. Laird has driven in a couple of runs here tonight as well. We will stay at 1-2 strikes. A runner on base, that is Bailey. The stretch by Farmer. And the pitch on the way, hit foul again. We'll stay at 1-2. Farmer, pretty good fastball. Farmer, again, the team leader in runs driven in. Also the team batting average leader. He leads them in home runs, and now they're using him here in relief. And again, a throw to first. One ball and 2 strikes as Laird back in once again as Farmer looking into McCauley. Comes to the belt, and the pitch on the way is way outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Brennan Laird. Now the break-even pitch on the way. It's in the dirt, and McCauley, pretty good job again behind the plate. And we'll go 3 balls and 2 strikes. Farmer again into the stretch, and the pitch on the way hit foul again. And Laird again battling here in the 8th inning. See if Bailey will take off right here, even though you're up by 4. Quakers would love to get an insurance run if they possibly can. So Bailey, a good lead at first base. The stretch, he'll stay. This one grounded to the second baseman, Wagner, and he fumbles it, and that's another error. So now the Quakers have runners at first and second. And again, 1 away, and that'll bring up Smalling. Now Wagner think a double play right there, and he got ahead of himself.
Stepping up to the plate, the first baseman, number 23, Brandon Smalling.
Now Farmer has to go to work once again and misses way outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Bailey at second, Laird at first. And now Farmer's pitch on the way is high and outside, 2-0. And now McCauley will go out and talk with Farmer. We'll see Hoffman come in as well. Two balls and no strikes down to Smalling. Pitch a called strike, now 2-1. Here's the stretch and the pitch. This one lined down the right field line, but foul. Two balls and two strikes to Smalling. Runners at first and second. Again, Farmer set to go to work. Here's the stretch. And they'll throw to second base and not in time to get Bailey. That one nearly sailed into center field, but Hoffman there to grab it. We will stay at 2-2 with Smalling. Back up to bat, and this one, as the runners take off, will be hit foul, and we'll stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes. We have now officially hit the 3-hour mark as Farmer with the pitch. Grounded foul to the left side, and we're going to stay right here with Smalling. So there's the insurance run you were looking for. And here's Elkis. Well, Smalling with 3 base hits. And Elkis will step to the plate. He is 0 for 3, was hit by a pitch back in the first inning. And now the catcher, McCauley, needs a drink of water. He's been out there a while. That's where you saw McCauley go. So Earlham up by 5. By the way, for Ethan Bailey, his second run scored of the night. Only topped by Nate Lynch with 3 runs scored. So now Elkis will step up. The stretch by Farmer. And that pitch bouncing. Runners will take off. The throw to third. And did he come off the bag? No. They'll say Laird is safe at third. The throw was high. The tag laid on by Schaefer, and it almost looked like Laird had come off the bag. 1 ball and no strikes to Elkis, and now a discussion with the field umpire. He may have had a case right there, but the umpire, again, in his defense, you're probably a good 70-some feet away trying to make that call at third. So now Earlham with runners at second and third. And still just 1 out in a very long half inning. Again, we saw this back in the 6th inning. Farmer with the pitch. Inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Wind again continues to pick up here as we get later on in the evening. Infield will be in. Farmer's pitch. And a good fastball swung on and missed by Elkis. We have another pitcher getting ready in the bullpen for Mount St. Joe. We'll see Ben Frizzell now starting to limber up. Here's your 2-1 pitch. Popped up foul and out of play. So we're going to go even to the count one more time. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Laird with the lead at third, Smalling down at second. Here's the pitch, and got the outside corner, and a good pitch that time by Farmer. Elkis will strike out for the second time, and the first time looking, and that'll bring up Joe Piper.
Now batting, number 38, Joe Piper.
Piper 1 for 3, a run scored. He doubled back in the third. Farmer will get the sign from McCauley, and the pitch on the way jams in, popped up foul, and that will go out of play to our right. No balls and a strike. Farmer again looking into McCauley, and a long look this time as he comes set and the pitch, and a good breaking ball. Piper on top of that one. Now he's down to the count of no balls and 2 strikes. Now we already know that, as we mentioned a few minutes ago, that Manchester picked up a win. Rose was winning big late in their game. Pitches inside, so the Quakers wanting to win here today and stay pace with the rest of the top of that division. Is Defiance again. We haven't heard how their game with Blumpton is going. But all the top of the top 5 teams all either winning or not in action, and that will get Piper caught looking. Quakers, though, pick up a run. We will head now, finally, to the top of the 9th inning. This is Earlham Baseball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
There's only one place to go on the World Wide Web to find the best automotive deals. Wetzelauto.com. One of the area's largest inventories all in one spot. Wetzelauto.com. Here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Wetzelauto.com. New and used vehicles, service, parts, body shop, and rental. Plus, value your trade. It's easy to navigate. It's convenient. Wetzelauto.com. It's clickin' awesome.
For over a century, Richmond Power and Light has been providing safe, reliable energy to the citizens and businesses of Richmond and the surrounding area. Through their dedicated and talented employees, Richmond Power and Light is advancing their tradition of exceptional service through new technology, training, and efficiency in everything they do. For more information on Richmond Power and Light, go to their website at rp-l.com. Richmond Power and Light. Together, we make powerful partners.
Well, the Quakers will look to finish this one out as Howie Smith will come in. He is making now his 9th appearance. All of his games have been in starting roles this year. 53 innings, 51 hits, 19 runs, 16 earned, 44 strikeouts, and 11 walks. He is 5-2 on the year with an ERA of 2.72. Third pitcher used tonight for the Quakers. Browning, Hoffman, and Schaefer all due up. So we'll get 3 more outs. Walter will pick up his 7th win. That'll tie a single-season win record for the Quakers. Browning, couple of base hits tonight, leading things off for Mount St. Joe as Howie ready to throw, and his first pitch is on the way, and it's right down the middle for a strike. The Mount St. Joe fans that have made the trip didn't like that last call. Here's the 0-1. That is a little bit outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Browning doubled and scored back in the 5th inning. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Caught the outside corner, 1-2. Good pitch that time by Smith. Smith will get the sign now from Krumloff, that high leg kick and the pitch, and he misses outside. And the count even at 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes. Browning back in. Smith set to go to work. And the pitch on the way, and he misses outside again, 3-2. Quakers win this one. They will have swept the 3-game series against Mount St. Joe this year. Now the payout pitch on the way. Popped him up right side, and the wind will take that one out of play. And we'll stay at 3-2. Again, Earlham back here tomorrow. They'll take on Wabash in a rather rare late season non-conference matchup. I think they and Defiance are the only two teams that have non-conference games here this late in the year. Payout pitch once again, got him swinging. So there's one away. And here's Hoffman.
With one out, now batting, number 9, Matt Hoffman.
So now Mount St. Joe down to their final 2 outs. Hoffman 0 for 4 tonight. And the pitch by Smith in there for a strike. Here's the 0-1. Blowing away, 1 ball and 1 strike. Hoffman reached base back in the 5th inning. That was an error at that time on Dietz. Pitches outside, 2 balls and a strike. Each team today with 8 base hits, but the Quakers making the most of theirs with the 8 runs. This one hit hard but foul down the right side. Count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Smith will shake off one side. Here's the break-even pitch on the way and got him. Nice curveball there by Smith. 2 strikeouts here in the 9th inning. And now Mount St. Joe down to their final out. Here's Simon Schaefer. Schaefer 1 for 4 tonight, a single back in the 1st inning. He has struck out twice. The pitch by Smith on the way is a fastball up high, 1-0. Here's the 1-0 delivery. It fouls. That one hit straight back. And the count even 1-1. This game got started at about 4:06 this afternoon as this one is hit to right field. Coming on and making the catch will be Piper, and that will do it for this one here tonight as the Quakers pick up the win
And that's the game. Quakers
by the final score of 8-3. Quakers with the win, now 11-6 in the conference. They will keep pace with Rose-Hulman. For Mount St. Joe, they fall to 7-10 in conference play. The Quakers got the 7th win for Walter Talcott, and that again will tie a single season win record for Earlham Baseball. Now the Quakers back here tomorrow as they will take on Wabash. That will be a non-conference game. 4 o'clock will be the start time. We'll be on the air at about 3:45, and then the Quakers back in action coming up on Friday and Saturday as they'll go back into conference play against Anderson. So again, the Quakers win it tonight by a final score of 8-3, and again, Walter Talcott gets the win. He has now picked up his 7th victory of the season. Thanks for being with us. This has been Earlham Baseball on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
The win 8-3. Thanks for coming, and please travel home safely.